Jump up. Hello, boys. I'm back.
That was on the other day, Caddyshack.
Oh, it's a great movie.
But it looked good on you, though.
At least it was Caddyshack and not Caddyshack 2.
We're saving that for you again, Paul.
Sure you are.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
Don't cry about it. I'm all about the rumors, man. All about the rumors. I'm short, I gotta see it. It's over. It's all over. I gotta see it. Yeah, I know that guy. Except you, Phil.
I'm not giving up.
It's the devil. Ooh.
Is this the final boss, then?
Yes, it is.
How many lives do you have left at this point?
At this point, I died several times because this is going into hour 2 of the stream.
I've never played this game before, and I'm intrigued. It looks like Mickey Mouse in hell.
It's one of the hardest games that it's somewhat rewarding, but it's very difficult.
Whoa, hey! Speak for yourself when you actually play the game.
From what everything
Somewhat rewarding. I wouldn't be showing this if I wasn't proud of myself.
He's going to be insufferable for tonight, folks.
What the heck was that?
That was the devil get rid of his skin.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So what is there? Two or three parts of this, Mike?
All right.
Of the devil? 2 or 3 parts?
There's 2 parts.
Okay.
Now, I hope Phil got some compensation for them using his likeness.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Nah.
Actually, no, I'd probably say the Broforce interpretation was more realistic.
That's true.
I don't know. This looks like Phil too after he has a Buster bar.
Yeah.
Come on.
And that's him crying because Cash isn't giving him his latest anime.
No, that's true.
Or him anytime he sees my pillows not fluffed.
Speaking of which, yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
Only the best for Pop Talk.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Come on.
Yes! A knockout.
All right.
Yay.
Wow.
Oh, yes!
Victory!
You want a genuine reaction? You'll get one here.
You win. Fatality.
P+ is a nice.
I don't care how long it took me.
And I don't.
Is that the longest
really
fight you've had in this game, Mike?
I've gotten an A grade. I've gotten an A grade against one of the bosses.
Is that the longest
Oh,
fight you had though in this game? About 2 hours.
No.
I know I didn't read the first part. I'm sorry.
I played over 60 hours in the game.
Destroyed
A couple
all
of
the soul contracts. Releasing
I'll wait till I shut up.
From eternal servitude to the devil.
I'll go ahead and pause it here. No, one of the longest streams almost went 6 hours until my internet cut out.
Nice.
Oh wow.
But yes, Baron, I am proud of myself, and thank you again, brother, for gifting me that game.
No problem. I created a monster I can see.
And I had several people saying, "Are you crazy? Are you sure you want to play that game? You know how hard it is?" Yeah, I know how hard it is, and I'm up for the challenge.
Who cares? I played. I went crazy and played Uncharted 4 on crushing difficulty. That was insanity.
I bet it crossed you.
It did. That one part, I died like over 30 times. It was insane. I'm like, can I go this way? No, you're dead. Yeah, it was brutal. But I made sure it was brutal. Just like I won't say it was the hardest game, but Dead Space on hard difficulty was pretty tough.
Yeah,
pretty tough.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna. Well, I am a Cub fan, so that explains a lot. That explains a lot.
Enough said.
But I'm gonna say exactly what I said last night. That if anyone's hesitant about playing Cuphead, what are you waiting for? Play it. The game offers a lot of challenge. Yes, players have a love-hate relationship with the game because they love how it looks and they love the fact that it's hard, but some parts are very hard against certain bosses where you almost do want to throw your controller or pitch a fit, but it's like, no, I got to keep going.
If you want to put yourself through some hard stuff, Earthbound, because Earthbound can get very confusing. And then, of course, a lot of NES games, they jacked up the difficulty.
Are we having
Come on, Cash. You're sounding like me.
I know. They jacked up the difficulty, and because I guess people were beating the games too easily from Blockbuster, so Nintendo said, "Okay, well, we're just gonna jack it up," and they did, and they made the difficulty a lot harder, which is fine. But NES games, Super NES games, are still troublesome. But yeah, you want to put yourself to the test. Those games, stuff like Cuphead, and just putting certain games, putting yourself through Elden Ring, Dark Souls. Those games are rewarding, but you have to train your mind to do this repetitive stuff over and over again.
Just don't trust every treasure chest you come across in Dark Souls. I learned that one the hard way.
You can't.
Yeah, seriously, like for real. The guys in TDK, Cash, you'll get a kick out of this, made an entire meme day. Like Monday is apparently Mimic Monday, and they make memes out of that time that I got tricked into opening one of the chests, and it's a Mimic that ate me.
Yep, those mimics could be a pain.
Burp. That's an old D&D trick. Be careful of the chest.
Even games like Persona 4 Golden, I was like, oh, let's put it on the hardest difficulty. Oh, fuck. How long did this boss take me to kill? Oh, my gosh. I didn't have enough healing potions. But once you learn, obviously, the formula, things start getting easier. Not completely, but somewhat.
Yes.
So it's just you just have to power through it.
Yeah,
I mean, I need to go back and go ahead.
It's like War for Cybertron, playing it on hard for the first time. I played it on easy to get the trophy, and I played it on normal to get the trophies and a few others that are in the game. But going through that game for the first time on hard, it did take a while.
I have the same problem with Candy Crush.
You don't play Candy Crush.
You lightweight.
Yeah, you lightweight. But no, I mean, if you're gonna push yourself, you got to push yourself. Even stuff in Mario games can be tricky. I mean, you just have to push yourself. Some stuff gets easier, some stuff gets harder. But when you know the formula of a franchise or whatever, things do feel easier because you know things already. But they still can throw a curveball at you, and you're like, oh.
Well, think about it when you're going through Super Mario Brothers for the first time. You get to World 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, and 8-4. You don't know what to do and you see the parts in 8.1 where there's the large gaps. It's like, how do I do this?
Yep.
And you figure out you have to run fast to get across certain parts and jump real quick. And
yep.
You mean rambling it?
Yeah, but if you're willing to push yourself, it's going to be very rewarding. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. You push yourself. But yes, I can say things can be frustrating. You're like, I just can't do this right now. I'm going to have to come back another day and figure this out.
Yes, and before we get too far in, I do want to say to those of you on YouTube and Rumble, good evening and welcome one and all to this edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, along with Baron Orman Tagge, Paul of Phantomology, Cashmoney007. I am your host, Mike, and Catch, Baron, and I have welcomed Paul here as our special guest co-host for the night.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Actually, he's trying out for my spot, so I don't know how I should feel about this.
Actually, no. If it's anyone here whose spot I want, it's Cash's.
Oh boy!
Ooh, shot fired.
Oh, whatever. Hold on. Where are my knives? Where are my knives and my 9-iron?
At least he's not going from my position.
Well, see, the thing is you're that's kind of a problem, Paul, because Janet from another planet is the one that's going to take over Cash's spot.
No, she's going to take Baron's spot. She's going to take Baron's spot. All right.
Okay. Well, welcome here. You look a little tired there, man. Tough day at work?
Oh, no, I was off today. But I did have I was off today. But I had a stream of my own earlier where I was playing Mario Kart Wii and then switched that over to Mario Galaxy. And what you were saying, Cash, about getting frustrated with games where I got to just come back to another time, that was Mario Kart Wii, except my issue wasn't the difficulty, it was controller issues.
The drifting.
That contributed, but the problem is, for whatever reason, my nunchucks here like to glitch out and like just immediately steer to the left here, as well as show the reverse angle for some reason. And so I had to switch from the nunchuck to the wheel, but the wheel, the steering for this thing and the controls is like super sensitive. And so I'm like jerking way to the left or to the right, and it got to be too much. So I got switched to Mario Galaxy for the rest of the stream.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. Yeah.
So what you're saying is your Wii controller nunchuck thing is liberal, leaning to the left. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
Okay.
But I'll tell you who isn't. Of course, he's on the panel as well as in the chat. Baron Orman Tagge of Fandom Legacy.
That's me.
We also have Big Daddy TGAP, and we will get to the latest episode of Beverly Hills 414. And we got an orca sighting. Crit of Everest Productions is here.
Yay! You know, I used to be Phantomology, but then I got into that nasty legal battle with Paul and had to go back.
Hey, blame this guy. He wanted me to take the name back.
Okay. Yeah, but it was a nasty battle. But I think Paul and I have made peace with it. So
we have.
Yeah.
And I want to also say hello to everybody's favorite penguin besides Punk Waddle.
Mm.
Low Spec Linux Laptop, good to see it.
What's up?
Yay!
Yo,
and we have to have round two. Round two.
And yes, mimics in Treasure Chests have been in games for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're annoying. Yeah. They're supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
AD&D. Yeah. Well, A&D. So I'm talking about pen and paper. I mean. Oh my word! You gotta be careful, man.
I believe
you do. You do.
By the way, before we get into the stories, I got to show you guys something real quick. I just got a new collectible for my shelf. I have a full-size replica of Snape's wand.
Oh, nice.
I got this about a week ago, I want to say, and they had this in Barnes and Noble. It was about $40.
Oh, really?
And yeah, they had everyone's in there, but I had to get his first because I'm also a Slytherin. And
he says he is, but he's a Hufflepuff.
No, dude, for real, I am. I took the Pottermore quiz and it gave me
it
gave me Slytherin.
I thought he was a Gryffindor.
Nah.
Well,
green over red any day.
Well,
if
Paul's a
always thought he was
Slytherin, then he's
deliberate
going to have to
snake.
learn to be more devious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. But I got this one first, not just because of being a Slytherin, but I like how the handle feels in my hand because it's kind of flattened, you see here, but also the designs on the handle give a really good grip texture.
That's
and so
cool.
I'm going to for the ICC convention that's going to be in Nashville this time in October, I'm thinking about getting myself a full set of like Harry Potter House Slytherin robes and dressing up as that for at least one of the days down there.
I mean,
Nice.
you could.
And then you get attacked by all the blue-haired land whales. Yeah, you turf.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you
But-
like J.K. Rowling's world?
But in all seriousness, though, just don't let Adam Moss try to wave your wand. That's all I gotta say.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I don't get the context behind that, but I trust you.
Because he played Hogwarts Legacy. You have to go back and watch his streams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
About how he was waving his wand at everybody.
He was also looking for the lesbians, and he found some. So I'm happy for him. I really am.
Yeah.
And speaking of finding things, we have the latest story at Beverly Hills 414. What we find ourselves in this time, only TGAP Steve knows, and well, he doesn't tell us until before the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here we go.
Oh, good. You're hitting music. Good.
Previously on Beverly Hills 414. As Baron leapt out of the car when they arrived at the Historical Society, he idly noticed the signs talking about them opening up a new putt-putt golf course in Sprague.
Ooh.
Come on, Crypto. We have to get inside and steal the golden comb before the lesbians or
What?
or whatever their wicked evil plan is. It was actually surprising that instead of ambling along and dragging his feet, Crypto was moving along to keep pace with him up the steps. That was really odd. Maybe he saw a quarter. Yeah, could be. As long as there's currency and cash will move.
Yeah.
He really wanted
not
that
only that-
quarter. I don't know.
And not only that, I had to pay. So.
I would never make you do that, Baron.
Despite the sign saying the building was closed, the doors in the front opened as they approached. Baron did not think this boded well for their chances. But Baron was more concerned about getting his rounds of putt-putt in.
Yeah. Putt-putt golf is fun,
Putt-putt's
man.
fun.
It is.
Uh-oh. Music changed.
Dear merciful Buddha, driving a taxi cab. Are we too late? He said as they moved through the main halls towards the museum area. Curse me for heating up my breakfast Danish. If so.
I've never heated up a
The voice that spoke behind Baron wasn't Crypto's voice, but it came out of his mouth. Not at all, dear Baron. In fact, now that you're here, everything is right on time.
Oh.
This is here.
Blackness overcame him all of a sudden. He had just enough time to wonder if being knocked out this often may be detrimental to his brain somehow.
Huh? What? Huh? What? Huh?
Barrett Stallone? Mike had taken over driving when it became apparent that Lisa had no idea how to stay on the road. Go fast and not play bumper cars with everything.
Also, the double lightning bolts. Okay.
He wasn't clear on the details. For not being in their 20s anymore, the girls still had dangerous curves which were distracting, but from what he learned, this was big trouble.
Cougars.
Nothing wrong with curves.
No.
Nope.
No. No matter the age.
Right.
Some group had decided they were going to do something that sounded like Hocus Pocus with an ancient artifact. Something about East German women wrestling team.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Normally he'd scoffed and been on his way, but they mentioned that these cycles were planning on sacrificing Baron as part of this spell casting thing. Of course, it was Baron.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but you know, a German wrestling team, female wrestling team. Come on.
I hope it's sacrificed by Snoo Snoo.
Snooze.
In his experience, psycho cults were most likely to do something like this, whether it actually worked or not. And so here he was, racing off to save Baron. No weapons, no plan, just guts and luck. I'm gonna Rambo it.
Yep. What else? What else is new?
What else is new? Yeah.
Normally, folks would say this put Mike at a disadvantage, but time and numerous escapades told Mike that what it meant was the poor bastards he was heading towards were outgunned.
Outgunned, see?
I don't know why it came out like that, but it did. Crypto soaked as only he could, sitting there with a bag over his head. He didn't want to talk to Sally, but at the same time, if he didn't talk, then he might not know what was up.
It's probably true.
True, yeah.
So, where are we going? He asked. You'll find out soon enough, big brother. She giggled. So why did you nab me, Sally? My fingerprints don't open the Sterling safe anymore. Oh, I don't need in there anymore. I can tell you that somebody is paying me to make sure that you are somewhere at a certain sometime. Crypto grit his teeth. Oh, it's Jace. Remember, Jace is from the future. He's a time traveler.
Sometime, somewhere, somehow.
So the draining my bank accounts to distract me while you wear a Baron mask was all part of a devious plan? Honestly, I have no idea what's going on for your accounts, big brother. That's not me doing anything. That's just a coincidence. Crypto growled. He hated coincidences. Do you, Cash?
I don't know.
Wow, you don't know you don't know yourself that well to know whether you'd growl?
I don't think so.
You heard it here first, folks. Can Mike make it to the Historical Society in time to save Baron? And are the pair of Swedish blonde bombshells on the up and up?
I don't think so. No.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Sally taking Crypto? And who would pay for him to be delivered? And can he escape in time to save his bank from being nickel and dime to death?
I guess.
Oh my.
This is Baron unconscious. All this and more as Beverly Hills 414 continues after these messages.
But yes, coincidences do happen.
Yeah, but you're telling me you don't growl when you get angry?
Not really, no. I just take a 9-iron
like,
and I beat things. No, I'm kidding. I don't growl, dude. I mean, that's not good.
That's why he likes putt golf, because he can go out there and wave his
yeah, I say, hey, I just played Grand Theft Auto. Here's my 9-iron. Come here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
4. Cash is our own John Daly. That's all I gotta say.
So since you showed a Crit comment, Crit showed me the other day Godzilla -1. Phil and I watched it. Phil ended up falling asleep, unfortunately, the other day, so he has to finish
Shame,
it.
Phil.
And I have to say, to me, it's an 8 out of 10. Really, really good story, Mike. I was quite impressed.
I told you it was good.
Close to, I not ever been a big Godzilla fan at all, but this is more about the people, the trauma, a love story in there, and overcoming fears. And I thought it was a really good film.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, that's like me when I come on the show, overcoming fears.
Yes.
I enjoyed it when I saw it, and I'm halfway tempted to see -1 minus color, just to see it in black and white.
Yeah,
and when I kept watching that movie, I had heard you did. I kept thinking, I was like, dang it, Baron keeps putting that in my head that this is a sequel to Oppenheimer. It's like,
and did it work? Did it work?
Somewhat. It does. I'm like, dang it, Baron. Why do I keep thinking this? Stop it.
And it's great to see you, Lady V Elements. Hope you're having a good day.
No.
No.
Let's see.
What's that? No. Jeez.
What the heck, Cash?
Yeah.
Lady V's nice. Come on.
No. Yeah, you said
hilarious.
Are you okay, Cash?
Cash in the story. Did he get retconned like
waiting
Petrus and Bat Snatch?
He's
in there. He's known as Crypto in the stories.
I think Cash had a Brandon stroke.
No, I'm fine. I was just waiting for Mike to read the comment. That's why I stopped saying something, because just waiting for him to read the comment.
Well, what we are going to wait for is to get into the articles, because we are going to be talking about Masters of the Universe, Kevin Smith defending Revelations, focus on Tila over He-Man.
Okay, but before we do that, I think we should properly welcome Paul to our show.
Master Paul can fluff my pillows Navy style any day.
What the heck is that?
That's Siri, man.
I forgot to play another video. It's my bad. Because I was just so excited about beating Cuphead last night, and
you were.
That's good, man.
Yeah. All right, there it is. There it is. Hello to everybody who's watching.
And we're sorry. We're so very, very sorry.
I apologize for nothing. I make no apologies for anything that happens on the show.
You don't need to.
I stand by it 100%.
Yes.
We've also talked about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I know some of you might be saying, didn't you guys already talk about that?
Didn't we talk about that already?
But we have this article from Bound in the Comics, and it says the Great Circle devs confirm Microsoft exclusive being developed for a modern audience.
No.
What? Please don't tell me it says that. Don't tell me it's bullshit.
You don't believe me? I can tell you don't believe me.
I'm annoyed.
He does.
No, they did
there. There's your evidence. There's your proof. Cash money.
No. Because
Exhibit A
gives credit to all these other streamers who've already started bashing this, and other people who are bashing this game. You see those words, and just like what they're doing for Splinter Cell remake, modern audience, you want to bang your head on something. Oh, but we haven't seen the game yet. We haven't.
It's all because of what one of the producers said in that video. That accompanied the announcement of the game.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah. And speaking of games, speaking of something that people will probably be upset about, and you can't blame them. Capcom's anti-modding software is a step backwards for the gaming industry. That's from Exputer.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just an awful situation. Capcom should be ashamed of themselves, but we'll get to that.
Well, not only that, say you pay for a game, and because you put a mod into the game, it goes against the user agreement that you agree to when you install the game.
Mhm.
And let's say you downloaded it from Steam or Epic Games. Well, because you violated their terms of service, they can deny you access to said game on said service,
Mhm.
whether it be Epic or Steam or any of the other ones.
Yep. Dang it,
They're
it's
schmucks.
just these words, though. These are words that they want to use to make themselves feel better. What else could it be? What else could it be? Modern audiences, other words. Got to
I
make
think they're
myself
doing it
feel
on
better.
purpose. I think they're doing it on purpose because at this point they know that people like us are going to get angry about this, and they're counting on all of the usual channels that fuss about this stuff. They're counting on them talking about it so that gets the word even further out on the game.
Well, it's the wrong way, because if they're talking about, oh, you get this game, but you do anything about it, you're going to get punished. Why get the game?
Exactly.
Yeah, I just why do we need to keep being punished? And this is why I've talked to Pop Culture Mechanic recently about this, other people about this. We need to support certain indie games because they're still doing things right, and a lot of these AAA companies are doing half of the time they're doing things wrong. But why, for fuck's sakes, does this game they have to say a modern audience? Why? Why does the new Indiana Jones games have to say modern audience? That is
because that's the trendy word of the day, Cash. That's the trendy word that everybody likes to spat out of their mouths. Modern audience.
Experience. It's embarrassing. Whatever.
You know what Pop Talk's for? Pop Talk is for everybody.
Right.
But you need to understand that we all have our own different opinions. Paul's not always going to agree with us. Barrett's not always going to agree with us. Cash, you never agree with anybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
But really, it's just
and me. I have a different perspective than you guys too. So
I just
and you're wrong.
But the problem is when the modern audience comes, it's going to be all these YouTubers. I told you guys, I told you guys, I told you guys, and we just go, ugh. And then other people said, but it hasn't come out yet. Okay, but modern audience, a modern gaming audience, those words are not good.
And it could very well be bait, Crit.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I really do.
I'm still going to get that game. I want it to be good. I just have a hard time getting around those words.
We will know once we play it on Game Pass, because I know the three of us, I don't know about Paul, but the three of us, we're going to play it on Game Pass because.
Well, here's a screenshot right there. There's a screenshot.
I probably will.
Never gets old.
And here's the thing: someone's gonna say, "Well, you're gonna be giving money to Microsoft and Bethesda." I'm already giving Microsoft money to use Game Pass, so I can try games that are available on Game Pass when they're released. This way, I can decide for myself: is this a game I actually want to own, or is this a game that I'll play it on Game Pass and that's it?
Yep.
Yes.
But one of our big thing. One of our other stories is Godzilla -1 director breaks silence on Oscars nomination.
Okay.
We'll also be talking about the 2024 Razzie nominations.
Interesting.
We'll get into that, yeah.
and this is big news, and I'm just going to go ahead and say what I think about this deal. WWE Monday Night Raw
on Netflix,
is moving to Netflix. That's right. Wow. For the first time ever, Monday Night Raw will be behind a paywall.
Will it be live?
Yeah,
it'll still be live. It'll be off terrestrial television,
right?
For
But
the
this
first
will
time
also
ever.
help other countries who want to watch WWE, as Jace was telling me. So.
I understand that, but this is the first time, especially in the United States and Canada and Great Britain, that WWE programming, more specifically Raw, won't be available for people to just flip to the channel, like
flip to the channel, or what was it? They also used to have people pay for the what was it? Was that on
WWE
HBO?
Network?
Yeah, the network. The I can't remember what it was called, but you had to pay a fee and then you could watch the wrestling match.
Yeah, that was on.
It was on Peacock. It was WWE Network
pay per view
first,
right?
and then NBC. NBC bought the catalog for WWE Network, and I think that deal comes up soon too, to where people could watch WWE programming as far as new pay-per-views, old tapings of Raw, and then some of the newer episodes of Raw wouldn't come on until a month or two later,
which
on
is
the service.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mess. And we know these paywalls, man, they can just be a problem. I mean, once again, Netflix, the best thing about it, you find a few things, Edge Runners, whatever, Arcane, but a few other stuff, but it's still, I would say you pay for these streaming services for the older content that you want to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Peacock's got all the WrestleMania stuff and other things on there, but I think it's a mistake. They're just trying to get more money. I think it shows that they are probably hurting.
They did have an agreement with Peacock, and this was before Endeavor, the parent company of UFC, ended up buying WWE to form TKO Holdings. So yes, TKO Holdings is taking a risk. And you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about this story first. Then we'll talk about Indiana Jones and Capcom and Kevin Smith. So let me go ahead and share the links.
While you're doing that, I want to tack on another thing to this story, and that is that The Rock is now part of TKO's board of directors and now owns 100% the Rock trademark.
Yep.
Which I think is going to give even further credence to those rumors that it's going to be Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania tonight.
Oh, you better believe it. If he's on the board, he's going to have sway as far as when he appears, when he doesn't appear, and as far as wrestling, who he wrestles. It's a power trip for him.
Yeah, it is. Can I just say that I think it's funny that his Hollywood Rock character that he embodied in like 2002 is now who he actually is?
Yeah. Because he has gone full Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, after what happened to Maui with the fires, how he stood by Oprah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Or publicly endorsed Biden.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, he was one of the wrestlers back in what was the early 2000s when I was still watching Raw. I was like, oh, the polarizing figure here and stuff. They keep changing on us, guys.
He saw the bright lights of Hollywood.
Yep.
And you know who we have to blame for that? Voyager.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Boo, Voyager.
Yeah. He gave 7 and 9 the rock bottom, and then he also did the people's eyebrow in that episode.
Did he? I don't remember that.
What was it? Tuscany or something like that?
Something, I think.
I don't know. I try to forget that episode.
Is it kind of like Ala Moraine?
Yes, it is kind of like Move Along Home. I try to forget about it.
I mean, it sounds
very
salty, but after that season 3 of Picard, it's so hard for me to go back and watch old Star Trek. Usually.
What do you mean Next Generation?
Yes. Well,
there's always room for the original Star Trek.
Yeah, I know. It's just where it's going, Baron, is just like where it keeps going. I go, oh.
And here's the thing, Jet Sparks. Before what recently happened with The Rock going on to become a member of the board of TKO Holdings, he had a 50-50 stake in the name The Rock with WWE. So let's go ahead and get into this. Netflix to stream WWE Raw in $5 billion bet on live events. And this is by Don Chibalewski. It was posted just yesterday. It says Netflix took a big step into live events on Tuesday with a more than $5 billion rights deal that would make it the exclusive home of World Wrestling Entertainment's Raw from January 2025. The 10-year partnership will put Raw on the streaming platform in the US, Canada, Britain, and Latin America, among other territories, the company said. Netflix will also exclusively telecast outside the US all WWE shows and special events, including SmackDown, as well as pay-per-view live events such as WrestleMania and Royal Rumble.
Yep.
News of the deal sent shares of TKO Group Holdings, the parent firm of WWE, up 21% in early trading shares at Netflix, or flat. It says the streaming pioneer has an option to extend the deal for another 10 years or opt out after the initial 5 years. So they gave themselves a safety net. Break glass in case this doesn't pan out.
You guys think it might pan out, or
honestly,
I think it's going to be a hard sell, especially when you can subscribe to Peacock at a reasonable price and watch all WWE pay-per-views, and I don't see this working out. I really don't.
I'm honestly expecting something to happen and this deal goes through before it even takes effect. I think that honestly, on the whole, this is a terrible idea.
I agree. But again, it comes down to that thing of, okay, we have, again, all these streaming services. Who's going to want, again, unless you have Netflix already, it's like,
right.
And
this
only
is
afford so much.
Exactly. And this is why people are like, look, people cannot just keep affording this, especially in this economy. So all these, even if we had a good economy, people should not. This is why the pirates come out, sail the high seas, because, if it's not Funimation, if it's not another streaming service, they lock content. You want to watch the content, you have to buy this streaming service. You want to watch this content, you got to buy this streaming service. I mean, when is stuff like Babylon 5 going to be behind a paywall? I hope not. But it's on
for a while.
Remember the big thing was that, cut the cord. Remember those ads? Cut the cord. Cut your cable.
Cut the cord, right? Whatever.
And you can watch all your favorite shows right here on Hulu or Netflix or whatever.
Yep.
It says Netflix began experimenting with live events last year with comedian Chris Rock's stand-up special, Selective Outrage. It also has found success with sports-related programming, such as its Formula One racing documentary series, Drive to Survive, and behind-the-scenes golf documentary series, Full Swing. In October, it hosted the first live sports event, the Netflix Cup, featuring athletes from Drive to Survive and Full Swing. The company's third quarter investor letter hinted that there might be more to come, signaling an evolution from CEO Ted Sarandos' long-held position that Netflix was in the sports business, focused on the drama of sport, not the live games. As we work to develop the best programming mix for our members, we're also having great success with our sports shoulder programming, making Netflix the go-to place for anyone excited by the drama of sport, the company said in its third quarter note. It's another area where we can deliver enormous value for our members as well as rights holders and talent. Mark Shapiro, president of TKO, told Reuters, however you want to say it, that Netflix threaded the needle perfectly by offering live sports programming that comes with a spine of entertainment. The Raw deal marks Netflix's first long-term bet on live events that appeal to a loyal, multi-generational fan base of fans who turn to WWE each week for bouts between the likes of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Yes, but are those same fans willing to sign up for a Netflix subscription if they don't already have it, considering how much Netflix is with ads and without ads?
And do they feel like WWE Raw is still going to have that polarizing wrestlers and same kind of format that so many people enjoyed for many years?
Well, not only that, they mentioned CM Punk in this article, and how much longer before this honeymoon phase ends with him coming back to WWE, where he says, "I'm done, I'm out again."
I hope it doesn't happen, but it could. But again, going back to what you were saying with paying for Netflix, do we even know if they can afford it with whatever streaming services they've already got? Like, say someone is like, let's say just someone for whatever ludicrous reason is still subscribed to Disney Plus, and let's just say they've got Hulu on top of that. That's a lot of money right there. Can they afford to add Netflix onto that? Because they still got to pay their mortgage. They still got to pay their food bills, their phone bills, their electric,
don't forget
gas, water, and, other stuff like that, as well as have some form of an emergency fund too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I say all that as if I have that, but still.
No, it's something you got to think about, especially in the current state of the economy.
Exactly.
Where you go to the grocery store on any given day, any given week, and it's still going up.
Yeah.
We're not catching a break.
No. Well, I thought this was the best economy ever.
So, not the last time I went into the store, which was on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to quit letting my butler go out and buy all the food. I should tag along sometime and see how much it really is.
That's what happens when you let him go to Whole Foods. Well, why do you keep letting your butler go to Whole Foods, Barry?
I need to buy the forbidden donuts. Yes.
Or nothing against Trader Joe's, but even they can be pricey.
But I tell you what, their Belgian chocolate bar is excellent.
I think I will treat the long-suffering to some Dom Perignon tonight.
That's right, pretty much. Yeah, very good.
You know it. In a heartbeat. She's got refined taste, I tell you. She's got refined taste, except for me. For some reason.
And then Baron does the thing that Longbottom does.
I just say.
Did you ever see that Family Guy episode, Baron?
Yeah.
I've seen him. I've seen him there several times. Come on, I used to watch the Family Guy. I got like the first 4 seasons on DVD.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was one of the people that helped bring the show back because I bought the first 3 seasons.
Very nice.
And that
I bought the first 3 seasons and then the direct-to-DVD special about Stewie.
Interesting.
Do I have that? I don't know if I might have that too. I'm not too sure.
It says, unlike other professional sports, the competition is year-round and not seasonal. Shapiro held the deal as transformative, adding that it expands the reach of WWE and brings appointment viewing to Netflix. WWE already has a wide reach. That's why it's been so successful for especially the last 40 years.
Yeah. You are correct.
And if it doesn't have such a wide reach, I can pronounce my R's. Why is WWE always bragging about how they are #1 trending on Twitter or X, whichever?
Because they got Phil and his troll bots out there.
That is true. And real quick, Jet Sparks, if you're talking about a 20-ounce bottle of honey costing $10, I'm a real quick shameless plug for my parents. Look up Honeysuckle Apiary on Facebook. Mom and Dad will hook you up.
You gotta pay Mike for that now.
That's right.
Paid advertising. Yeah,
I'll send him a bottle of honey too.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you already did. I still have some. You've been nurturing it. I've been.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I already
put
I
it
already
in a
used mine all
display
up.
case and it glows. So yeah.
You know the month we got
No. With stuff like that, genuine real honey. I don't want to use it all up at one time. I want to take my sweet time with it.
Don't blame you.
You know the one thing I didn't do and I kicked myself for. You know what I love? Peanut butter and honey sandwiches. I should have made a peanut butter and honey sandwich
so
with that.
good.
Oh. Not bad.
That's almost as good as having brown sugar and cinnamon toast. You take toast, put the butter on it, and you put some brown sugar spread across there, and some cinnamon. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Even just like having that raisin toast, and then putting butter on it. Oh, so good.
Well, see, what I'm saying is where you do it yourself, so you make it how you like it.
Well, that's good too. Whatever works. Whatever works the best.
See, Phil, the cashier is the one that sends his butler out to the whole food. Get that raisin I don't want to have to work to make my sandwiches.
He can only afford his butler because of support from the Chinese communists.
No. No, I sent them over to Paul's to his doorstep. They're going to be knocking soon. Yes.
I thought it was filled.
They need to collect. Oh, and
well, they better be careful. They'll be confronted with an angry grandmother instead.
Oh my! Yeah. I don't want to mess with his grandmother. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw. There was actually the people from the Chinese Communist Party who stopped some person from playing piano, but that's a whole nother story.
Wow.
That happened recently. It was weird. Very odd.
He must have been playing the Winnie the Pooh theme. That's all I can think.
I think he might have been. No, I don't know what he's playing.
But it goes on to say here in this article, Shapiro hailed the deal as transformative, adding that it expands the reach of WWE and brings appointment viewing to Netflix. See, Netflix is looking for viewership. They're looking for a product that is proven and that will get eyes on their service.
Right.
And with this deal basically sounding more beneficial to people who live in international markets, they'll be able to get eyes on the service because they'll have Raw and SmackDown. And it goes on here saying, we cracked the code with Netflix, Shapiro said. We're now a neighbor of the best premium programming state you're going to find in the universe of content. That's a big boast right there. Raw, which airs on Mondays, is the top show on the Comcast-owned USA network, where it brings in 17.5 million unique viewers over the course of the year. I mean, they make that sound like a lot, but during the Attitude Era, they were having, 7 million, 8 million viewers for Raw and SmackDown each week. And that's separately for each show. There were episodes of Raw that had 8 million, episodes of SmackDown that had 7 million. And those were the highest rating shows on the then UPN network were SmackDown.
Yeah. I'm surprised that didn't keep the UPN going, which was the reason why they put The Rock on Voyager, because they want to have the time. That's what they were wanting to do. TNT wanted to do with Crusade, the Babylon 5 spinoff series. They wanted to start throwing in the wrestlers in there because, of course, they had whatever was wrestling also on their network. And
WCW.
Well, how many wrestlers you guys think went into acting? About more than 5, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Definitely more than 5. Definitely more than 5.
Hogan did.
Hulk Hogan.
Hogan, Austin,
Savage.
Oh, don't forget. I'm Jesse.
That's true. That's true. He did.
Idiot.
I think one of the best ones though, Roddy Piper.
Piper. Yeah.
I mean, he was great in the roles that he had. It was like, this guy can act.
He was. He absolutely was.
But John Cena, right?
Don't forget. Don't forget. You had one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Bonesaw is ready.
I said Macho Man already.
I know, but I'm reiterating it, Paul.
I know.
I'm reiterating it.
He wanted to do his Macho Man. That's what he wanted.
Yes. Kevin Nash did too. Don't forget that one.
Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be like the giant mutant version of Shredder in TMNT 2?
He was the giant mutant version of Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Okay.
And let's see.
Phil mentioned somebody too, Andre the Giant.
Yeah, Andre the Giant. He was in The Princess Bride. I have a rock.
And actually, he was very good in that.
It's inconceivable.
I think
I
it
don't
makes
think
sense.
you know the meaning of that word.
You know, these wrestlers, came out with this what they were saying, this polarizing figure. So I guess it would make sense for a number of them to go into acting.
But again, polarizing, I don't think is the right word. I think popular is more like their work.
Okay, well, I mean,
because here's the thing: John Cena, throughout the mid 2000s and early teens, was polarizing in the sense that people both loved him and hated him. The little kids and a lot of the women loved him because he was the face of the company, but a lot of the diehards hated him because other people that they felt were more deserving of the spotlight were getting passed over for Cena. Am I right, Mike?
You're absolutely right. And people wanted Cena to turn heel, and Vince never pulled the trigger. No, he's our money maker. He's got to make us the money.
Yes, so that's polarizing.
Okay, well, I was like talking about the speeches they come up with, this trash talk.
Well, now it's all scripted. It's not like it was when Macho Man, and even in the 90s when Stone Cold would say their own promos, or the American Dream, baby, the American Dream, Dusty Rose, if you will.
You were starting to sound like Michael Jackson there a little bit, Mike.
I'm a little out of practice with my Dusty Rhodes impression. The American Dream, the son of a plumber.
Because you're ignorant.
But of course
you're also ignorant.
But of course, you also can't forget.
I dined with kings and queens.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you guys, obviously a speech that's scripted, I mean, they can make it sound really good, but I understand you guys would rather. So if you were a wrestler, we'll say, as an example, you guys would be like, well, I want to always write my own speeches.
There are wrestlers who wanted to say their own promos instead of going by what's on the script.
Right.
For certain guys, even now, when they bring them back, it's like, no, I've been doing this a long time. I don't need a script. I can come up with something. Yeah. You think someone like The Undertaker is going to go, yeah, I'll read off the script? No, he knows how to cut a promo better than anybody.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? The thing is I'm surprised you forgot the great G.I. Joe.
Oh, of course.
Listen up, you swine, you maggot.
Yeah, I mean, but that's obviously one of the reasons why wrestling became popular. It's the trash talking. They had a really good format. Then they get in the ring, and it's like, all right, dude, this evil guy versus this good guy and stuff. Oh, let's see what happens and stuff like. But I think a lot of that has been, changed because stuff like I've seen a little bit of like AEW, but I just look at that. Whatever people want to believe, that's like the poor wrestling, Raw and other wrestling like that. That was the cream of the crop, I guess. And,
that's right. It was the cream of the crop.
I was thinking the same thing, Mike.
You walked right into that, Cash. You just opened the door and I stepped in and I showed you that I'm the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
So I just think all that passion and energy, it's not just with wrestling, it's with other sports. It's like to an extent the air has just been let out of it, which really sucks.
It has. I mean, I hear people say, oh, Triple H is doing a wonderful job with WWE now. But then I also hear people say that they're still missing some angles.
But I mean,
that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Even AEW, I mean, I know people that are still enjoying that. So, I guess they're still. I don't know. They are. So I guess they still have fans or enough fans. I don't know how it's doing in the ratings, but I haven't ever checked. So
they just need Tony Khan to shut up on Twitter and stop getting offended by everything.
Like me.
Yeah, that's fair.
He needs to keep quiet in public too. It's like, Tony, zip your lip. Somebody needs to wrangle him in and say, I don't care if you are the owner of the company. Even you have to zip your lip. Even Vince McMahon is smart enough to zip his lip when necessary.
Mm-hmm. Heck, that's pretty much what he's been doing every day since TKO became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Triple H is in charge of all the creative decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And say what you will about Triple H not putting guys over, he knows the wrestling business. He learned from a few of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I did.
And yeah. But this article says it reliably draws an audience, something Netflix will find valuable as it builds its ad-supported streaming service known in industry as AVOD, or advertised video on demand. Just get an ad blocker that actually works, and you don't have to worry about the commercials.
No, don't push that on YouTube. I'm sure the minions will come for you. I'm just kidding. Go for it.
This will be a Monster Impact player for their AVOD platform, Shapiro said. The deal with Comcast ends this year, and Raul was paid about $265 million a year for the rights under the agreement, according to Bloomberg News. WWE merged with Endeavor Group's UFC to form TKO Holdings in a deal valued at $21 billion last year, forming one of the biggest names in wrestling and entertainment. This is just my perspective on the outside looking in. I don't see this deal working out the way they're hoping it will.
Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
and again, I'll stand by what I said. It's because I don't think there's going to be a lot of WWE fans who will want to pay for another subscription service, especially at the price of Netflix. I don't care if it's that advertised package or if it's the non-advertised package. People have to weigh the pros and cons. Okay, do I want to have electricity, or do I want to watch Monday Night Raw, or the international markets? Do I want to watch WWE?
Exactly.
Well, you need to have electricity to do that. So I guess we know what wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
of course, we got to make
Lorenzo.
sure we pay a cable bill as well, which some of them are not cheap.
Yeah. Internet's not cheap. It keeps going up too.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not very cheap. That's for sure.
Not like cash. Cash is pretty cheap.
No. Nice try, Baron. I told you. I was going to send you those 5 forbidden donuts, but you didn't want them. So.
I wanted them.
Forbidden donuts.
You lie, Baron.
Have you ever known me to turn down a donut?
Maybe.
No. Well, I don't like the ones with the maple on them, but I'll eat them. But they're the last ones I eat. And coconut. I don't like coconut.
No, unfortunately, living in a state like California, things are definitely not cheap, but that's everywhere pretty much. So I mean, even if your gas is like $1 cheaper, $2 cheaper, I mean, we're all still paying a lot for food,
Mm-hmm.
Even if you live out in the desert areas of California, it's still not cheap.
I wish we could all pick up a quarter and say, "Oh, I can buy a week's worth of food with this." I don't think so, but
but
yeah, I know kale's gone up, hasn't it?
Can't eat kale, man. I can't do it.
Kale and tofu.
I've never had kale that I can remember.
I will say real quick, if you want to watch a movie that has a lot of wrestlers in it, not the original Longest Yard,
but
the remake of The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a pretty good movie.
That has a lot of wrestlers in it.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg and Steve Austin are in that one, ain't they?
I remember Kevin Nash was in it, and also Austin was in it. I'd have to rewatch it to see who else was in it. But I know it was more than just those two who were in it. And spoiler alert, Burt Reynolds does make a cameo.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
he does. He does.
Yep.
It's a pretty good remake. Some of these remakes are fine. Most of them, not so much, but some of them are okay.
Yeah, some are. I mean, if they do it right, if they're respectful to what they're doing, and doing some changes here and there, but that might be necessary. And updating for the time, meaning like technology and such like that.
Right, but I really
not
feel
for sensibilities.
We probably need to exactly. We just need to do more and tell people watch the original. Watch the original. See how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I watched the remake. Did you watch the original at least? No?
Yeah.
Watch the original.
Yeah, it's kind of like remaking Citizen Kane. It's like,
they can't do it. They can't do it, though. They could try, but they would completely fail with that. Different time, different everything, but it's just, and that's a mockery of another person. But it's a really good film. It's my all-time favorite film. So,
I also want to say to those who are in the chat on both YouTube and on Rumble, give us your thoughts on the WWE Netflix deal. Do you think it's going to pan out for both parties, or do you think somebody's going to end up saying this is a bad deal?
I think both will, myself personally, but that's my opinion.
Yeah,
both
I don't
suffer.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
think this is
that
going to work out in the long run.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, Jet Sparks. Having cable is not that bad. I mean, you still get a lot of channels. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people don't anymore. I get it with the streaming services, but still, you still get a lot of stuff, a lot of old stuff you can watch on cable, and you still find some new stuff on cable. But once again, it just depends how much you want to pay. And Spectrums can be somewhat reasonable. I'll say somewhat, but I think people should still have cable if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, if they want
My grandmother does. She ain't letting that go. In fact, quick story. There was twice in the last year that her cable just completely shut off, and she was having billing issues with them, and she was ready to go to war with them. She got both mom and dad involved to call on her behalf because she's not comfortable with talking like that. But she was upset that she had her cable taken away because she needs it to watch the news. Right. So she got really upset.
Oh, I don't blame her.
I mean, myself,
I don't have cable, and I'm happy about it.
I don't have cable anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I got Pluto, that keeps me happy. I got Shout Factory, which is free, makes me happy. There's Tubi and all that. Yeah, I got the Peacock thing. That's so we can have On Patrol Live.
I signed up for that deal that they had last year, and it expires in June, but it was too good to pass up.
Yeah.
$20 for the whole year?
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, I have no problem with having that Peacock. I mean, we get our use out of it, but that's just it. We get our use out of it.
Right.
As for anything else, well, why? Again, it's just so insane. Plus the fact I also have services, and I'm more than happy to, it's like, well, all the years I, helped you guys out. Now it's time to help old daddy out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like that we lost certain channels with that Spectrum deal, but finally, this year they said, "Well, you guys have Disney Plus with ads for free." Well, it's not bad, but finally you can still watch a lot of that old content. But amazingly, even on Disney Plus, there's still some movies and stuff that aren't on there. not just stuff like Song of the South, but a few other things. And I'm like, I wish you guys would just put all this stuff on there. Is there some kind of license agreements that I don't know about that were a problem? I don't know.
Probably.
No,
I mean, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes with these license deals that they have. It's ridiculous sometimes. It's just like, just settle down. Just settle down.
It's just amazing to me. They have the Rescuers on there, but can't have Song of the South. Okay.
Well, the thing is, you got Bob Newhart and one of the Gabors in that one. So, I mean, how can you not have that?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Abel, wasn't it?
Ava? I think it
Bob Newhart will always be a legend, Baron.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's kicking, man, still. What a
I know. I know. I mean, it's great that he's still there. It took me a while to appreciate the other Newhart. I think I had to get a little bit older to start appreciating it. I never liked Newhart when it was on the air. But when they went into, started watching in syndication a few years back, it's like, damn, this show's pretty good. What was wrong with it? But then again, it's like, well, I am older now, so. I mean,
right.
Yeah. And speaking of being older, I am an older He-Man and the Masters of the Universe fan, and
yeah, me too.
I did watch Revelations when it come out. Being a big He-Man fan, haven't enjoyed
5 episodes. Yep.
Yeah, haven't enjoyed the 2002 series, and yes, to a certain extent, I did enjoy the movie. Not completely, but certain parts of it I do enjoy.
It was fun, though.
It was goofy, but it still felt like He-Man. So
that's just it.
So ahead of the release of Revolutions, Kevin Smith defends Revelations' focus on Teela over He-Man. We really went out of our way to honor what it was that people loved about Masters of the Universe, but not from what I saw from the 5 episodes, Kevin Smith. And I'll give you a perfect reason why. Because it didn't have the charm of the Filmation series. That Filmation series had charm. Say what you will about them reusing a lot of their animation over and over again. Well, what do you think a small studio like that's going to do? They didn't have the budget to create new animation for every single episode.
Are they going to complain about Hanna-Barbera doing that? Because Hanna-Barbera is the one that perfected that.
Yeah, not to mention Star Trek the Animated Series reused animation all the time.
Well, that's the one
that was from Filmation,
right? And that's the thing too, is you got those idiots out there going, yeah, it's not that good because they did that. It's like, I'd rather have what we got now with lower decks because they don't do that. It's like, come on. You're just showing how stupid you are, honestly. And I do mean that. Stupid.
Yes. Well, as I said, I don't always like to give bigger YouTubers credit, but when they do something that makes sense and they had got their facts right, which they do and they don't, but Clownfish TV is a perfect example. They called Kevin Smith out and they went at him about his bullshit about that show, and it turned out to be true. So now they'll switch it around again, of course, and good times. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they lied through their teeth. They were attacking Clownfish TV for being truthful.
Yeah. They were Kevin Smith and the voice actor for Arco, or even attacking fans who were coming out and saying, "We don't like this.
Yes.
This isn't He-Man."
Yep. I mean, we go and see him at a convention. It's just the question will always be the same. What the hell happened to you, man? I'm glad you survived the heart attack. I know some people have said they aren't, but that's beside the point. But dude, really, what has happened to you? Why did you feel you needed to start crying all the time about things, become woke or pandering, whatever you want to call it? It's like you gave us Clerks, you gave us this, you gave us, and it's just, right.
Yep.
It's all the estrogen. So, I mean, it's
right.
I mean, that's all I can sit back and think. Probably started taking his wife's birth control pills, like Al Bundy did, thinking that was Tic Tacs. Was it Al Bundy that did? I can't remember.
Think it was Al.
I thought there was an
yeah.
episode of Married with Children where Al did that. And...
I feel so bad for Christina Applegate though, but
me too. I know, but she still looks beautiful, even with it. You can see the medications and all that ravaging her. You can see she's still beautiful.
She's always had a good heart. Always has. And in this article, it says, despite the massive rejection of the move among fans, Masters of the Universe Revolution's showrunner Kevin Smith remains proud of his decision to focus the preceding Revelation series on Teela instead of He-Man. As according to him, the choice was not made out of malice, but rather as a way to honor what it was people loved about the franchise's original outing. What the fans, and I'm speaking as one of them, what the fans loved was the fact that here you had Adam, Prince Adam. Right. When push came to shove, he transformed into Teela. And he had a close circle of friends. Teela was one of them.
Time out for a second, Mike. Did you just say transformed into Teela?
I know I did. I did. Whoa. Hey. Cut me some slack here.
Oh my gosh, that was great. He-Man transformed.
Oh, you know what? Well, yeah, Kevin's series. TGAP, don't get any ideas.
Too late. Did you have to say something? Now we will have it.
The ever-tearful creative offered this defense of his previous dance with the franchise while speaking with SFX magazine in promotion of Revolution's upcoming January 25th premiere date tomorrow. Yay!
Well,
I'm sorry. I forgot to do it like Zoidberg.
I mean, I guess enough people are watching this that it's continuing, so or there's some shenanigans going on.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Well, they're doing the G.I. Joe transform. Why not?
Yeah,
but it kind of goes back to the same thing, Cash. It's like, why are they doing a 5th season of STD?
Right.
They're not getting
money somewhere. They're bleeding money somewhere. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, and Strange New Worlds. I mean, these things are not getting the viewership, but yet they keep on making it, and they keep on saying, "Well, we're going to do another one."
Well, I mean,
now instead of season 4 of Picard, like they were originally talking about, it's going to be a movie.
Well, once I just, as we've talked about before, Baron, I just wish a lot of these studios would come out, actors, whatever it is, and say, look, we could have done a lot better. We're going to try to do a lot better. We are going to show you guys the numbers. They're not good, but they're just so up their asses. They can't do it. They just can't do it.
They don't want to admit they're wrong. That's the thing.
No.
Well, more importantly, they have so little regards to us.
Yes.
They look down on us.
Yep.
They think we are the problem. And
always.
Except for one thing. You're making it for us. If we're not liking it, but no, we don't know we don't know what we like. We don't know what we're talking about. We're not in tune. We haven't grown. You know, all this other bullshit that we always hear from not just the studios, but the stands in the fickle thing.
Yep.
The shills.
You know,
there's nothing wrong, Christina, with you loving all of Star Trek. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing at all.
And there's nothing wrong with folks having their preferences. Some people only like the original series. I know a few who only like the original series. They never really latched on to any of the spin-offs.
Yep. Same people.
And that's
who
fine.
just go ahead.
But the other thing too about that is again, all I'm just saying is on that one, they're not getting the viewership that they thought they were going to get.
Right. Exactly.
Paramount Plus is not doing that well. They thought this was going to be a big draw in, and it's not. Well, what's the reason why? Is it because of the streaming? Is it because of the quality? Is it both? People that don't like Kurtzman? I don't know. Right. But the thing is on Paramount Plus, Star Trek isn't doing well, but they keep on making it.
Could it possibly be? And we just talked about a show that's going behind the paywall very soon. Mm-hmm. But could it be because a lot of fans are saying, no, I don't want to have to pay to watch my Star Trek?
Possibly.
That's why the movies are moving.
Right. And I mean, that's why when like YouTubers and other people, they don't want to bring people on the panel who disagrees with them. Well, that's stupid. You should ask these people, have a good conversation about it. One person likes New Trek, another person doesn't, and have a good conversation about it.
I'm not attacking Disco or anything, but I'm just saying what is out there. The thing is they went 5 seasons and they only had 60 some episodes. They're going to have less episodes than Enterprise, which had 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. I think that's the problem too. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, we're just going to have these little short things in long waits between the quote unquote seasons and such. Well, that's not going to help.
Right.
And then having so many Star Treks at one time, again, Lower Decks, Picard, Strange New Worlds, STD,
Prodigy.
I mean, Prodigy, which now is coming back. Who's got that now? Netflix or something? I think they're going to revive it for season 2. But I mean, we thought it was crazy that there was 2 Star Trek series on at one time, and just too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much as we love Star Trek, it's like, well, I like chocolate cake, but if all I had was chocolate cake morning, noon, and night every day, I'm gonna get tired of it.
Yes.
But
Christina, if the episodes of all Star Trek meet your preferences as far as what you like in the episode, that's what counts.
Exactly.
What you like. Doesn't matter if Paul only likes the original series, Next Gen, and Deep Space Nine, or I only like Deep Space Nine over Next Generation. It's whatever preferences you have when it comes to entertainment.
Right.
We all have different taste.
I didn't like Voyager. Be honest with you, 100%. But that's that. So what? I didn't like it. I know people that loved Voyager. Fine. That's no problem with it. But I think one of the things is you do have a glut. I know Paramount Plus, Paramount Plus is cheap, but again, it's one more thing to all the services. Disney, Netflix. There comes a time when people start thinking, okay, I know it's cheap, but we really need to have this money go somewhere else, and we're going to cancel this service because we need this to go. So what we have a problem with is a glut of streaming services, and it's going to get pared down here soon.
Mergers, same thing we just said with Netflix and WWE.
Yeah. It will, and Netflix is probably going to be the one of the few that actually survives, I think.
Right. So I mean,
the first. So yeah.
So I'm not bashing. I'm not. No. That was Candy. That was Candy King. And the reason why she was named Candy King is because she only had one leg, so she had a crutch on stage, and had the little spiral like a candy cane.
What was her?
Gosh, Baron.
What was her God-given name? Eileen.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right. Both of you. That's it. We haven't had this happen in a while, but you know what? Both of you.
All right, youngster, out you go.
Don't come back. Ever.
Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, we haven't had that happen in a while, have we, Cash?
Nope.
All right, so this article asked if he had any...
Help! I'm being repressed!
Quiet, Baron. Asked if he had any regrets over the previous series, relegating He-Man to second fiddle behind Teela. Smith asserted, I know there are people that went after Revelation for putting Tila first or whatever, but we didn't. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Very interesting, but stupid.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. When Tila threw her hissy fit about not knowing that Adam was He-Man, well, guess what? If you ever watch the Filmation series, Adam says his name is Prince Adam, and he lifts up the sword.
Yes,
and says by the power of great will, and he says only 3 people know my secret: Man-at-Arms, the Sorceress, and Arco.
Yep. And even Tila wants Adam to become stronger because he'll become king someday. So you know, she feels he's a weakling, and Tila's always been a strong female character. I know it's shocking, but
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And if you go by He-Man lore, especially when they released Hero, which is the son of Adam and Tila, Tila eventually finds out that Adam is He-Man.
Is He-Man.
What the hell you say?
Hell I do say.
Are they staying in timeout for a little while? Oh, okay, they're back.
I brought him back.
Thank you.
I wasn't going to kick him out the whole show.
Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet?
Congratulations, Paul. Paul, you're one of us now. One of us.
Yes.
One of us.
Great job, Paul. That's
Thank
how
you.
you do it, Paul. That's how you do it.
Thank you.
And he goes on to say Tila was as much of a part of the story as she's always been a part of the story. This coming from a man who there's video evidence out there where he says he never cared for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Right.
He never cared for Transformers either. He makes a dig at it in Clerks too.
Which is fine. He doesn't like it.
Yeah,
So
I guess
but
I had forgotten.
But don't muddy it down. Don't get involved. I mean, there's something going that He-Man wasn't my thing. But you know what? I'm going back and watching and making sure I get the tone right. That's different.
Yes.
It is what it's all about, so I can do this right.
But once again, go ahead.
But most importantly, if you don't like it, pass on it.
Right. And look, I would love to sit down with people like Seth Rogen and Kevin Smith, some of these other people, and say, look, do you really believe in your heart that this is the best direction? Do you understand also why people are being such a stickler for the source material? Do you guys understand why people have enjoyed these properties for so many years? And it feels like you guys want to take a wrecking ball. Like I don't want to sit here.
That's the thing. They do want to take a wrecking ball to a lot of these IPs that we care about.
But you guys seem to be very arrogant about this. And why do you think that helps? And then when this stuff doesn't do well, you start going after the fans. How does that help? But I don't think I could get through to them. I really don't. Not anymore. Anyways.
No.
Maybe in the
past. You know what I'm hoping for? He's talking about wanting to do Mallrats too, and I hope to God he goes back to the same mall in Edinburgh to film it.
Please go back.
I'll be there. Yeah,
I'll be there. I didn't want to see Clerks 3 because it's like, oh, we're showing Clerks within Clerks of a movie of Clerks or whatever. It's like, well, this trailer doesn't really interest me. It's just maybe we didn't need a Clerks 3. Maybe what we needed is the Clerks animated series to come back. But even then, how Kevin Smith is now, I don't think it would be the same. Hey, guys, Charles Barkley, get him out of here.
I'll tell you what we didn't need, a Jay and Silent Bob reboot. We didn't need that.
No.
I couldn't even get through it.
But, that Clerks animated series was good. Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was very funny. You guys remember what happened 5 minutes ago? Like, just the stuff, even what they did with the Challenger. I'm not going to go into the details really, but it was like, oh, that was harsh, but it still made me laugh. I think something's wrong.
I have some Kevin Smith movies. I have Clerks 1 and 2.
So do I. Me too.
I have Jane, Silent Bob Strike Back. I have Dogma.
Yep.
So my take on all this, I'm of course not. I did not
we're
really
done.
grow up with
Okay,
He-Man here.
we don't need any more.
I watched a little bit of the 2002 show before my parents shut it down because they wouldn't let me. Still don't know why, by the way. But everything that I've been hearing about Kevin Smith's version of He-Man right now is just ringing eerily similar in my ear to what was basically going on with the sequel trilogy in Star Wars. Like, what? Go back to what you said before, Mike, in the article where he says, "Oh, we made it about Tila to remind everyone why they love the original Masters of the Universe." Rings very similar in my ear to, "Oh, we made the sequel trilogy all about Rey to remind people why they love Star Wars."
Yeah.
Well, the big difference is Jar Jar said he loves Star Wars. Unlike
which I don't believe.
I think he does, but again, it's his ego that got in the way. He thought he could do it better.
And we
let's reboot a New Hope, and which is all the Force Awakens was.
Oh yeah, there are good things about shows that we discuss.
Arcane, Godzilla -1, Oppenheimer.
I'm enjoying the new Ted series
stuff.
Yeah,
some people stopped that. I guess Jace got tired of that show, but you're still watching it.
Oh, he gets tired of everything. Jace doesn't like
anything. That's Jace. He doesn't like anything.
He's enjoying Tekken 8 though.
Yeah, I did see his tweet about that. He said it's a 10 out of 10, and that's the thing. One thing, Christine, when we find something that we like, we'll praise it. But if there's something that one of us doesn't like, we'll say we don't like it, and we'll give reasons why we don't like it. I didn't like Revelations because it didn't feel like He-Man to me. It wasn't what I grew up with. I'm not asking them to make it kiddie or anything, but if you're gonna make it for an adult audience, make it similar to the 2002 series.
Be respectful to the source.
Which was respectful to the source material, but added a few new layers to it and made it intriguing. Thinking, oh, I can't wait for this season, premiere, because that's how it was for season 2. And then if that show had gotten to season 3, they would have added a whole lot more to it. They would have added Hordak and the Horde. We would have seen the 2002 version of She-Ra make an appearance.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
it would have been. But there's a lot of things that we do love. I mean, if you take a look, the live action One Piece on Netflix. Wow.
Oh yes. Quality.
Arcane.
Enjoyed that. Arcane.
Which people won't give
because it's tied to League of Legends, right?
Right, and they're missing something. They're missing.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful show. Even my long stuff, we like it.
It is.
So right now we're in our bitching phase right now, but trust me, we do get into it. When it comes around to New Trek, I mean, it's hard to get in there. Again, it's not my thing. I didn't like the movies. I just didn't feel like Star Trek for me.
Right.
And it's but I want something to feel like the original show. I'm tired, and this was even with the original run with doing the Enterprise. I don't want to go back. I want to keep going forwards.
Right.
I wanted the next show to leap maybe 100 years ahead of Voyager, like they did with the Next Generation. I wanted to see, what things were like in the 26th century now, or 25th century.
We only got that teased in Enterprise with the 25th century, and then later I think it was the 26th or 27th century. I can't remember which century it was that the Enterprise J was in, but we only got a tease.
Yeah, and I mean, the closest we got to that now is honestly Star Trek Online.
Yeah, true. But with the New Trek, they're again the two big shows they had. Well, I guess STD did go ahead in time, but again, let's go back in time. Strange New Worlds, let's go back in time. I want to see, of course, Picard, went forward. Bravo. I'm not saying that sarcastically, but I want to see what is going on with the next generation. So that's where I just kind of sit on that. It's like that's what Star Trek is about, going forward.
Exactly. And this whole nonsense, and it is a nonsense, where they're like, oh, I can't believe you don't like this, or I'm going to kick somebody off the panel because they like something I don't. It's stupid. It's childish and petty.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't agree with them. I didn't agree with them at all.
Well, that's your problem, Baron.
No. I didn't agree with that man either. I don't know who he is.
I don't know. But it does say here in the article, Kevin Smith is saying, I thought it would be a cool aspect of storytelling to remove the center of our universe for a few episodes, then bring it back. He further explained to the publication, that wasn't me going, let's break this franchise by any stretch of the imagination. People who wanted to attack the show were like, they killed He-Man. But it wasn't as if Mattel or Netflix were saying, here, man, go kill a franchise for us. That's why we brought you here. Naturally, He-Man, as always, was always going to come back. Come on, Mike, speak. Words, form them.
Words.
What's words? I don't know words.
Yeah. Proceeding to further double down on, on what remains arguably one of the most notorious creative blunders of his entire career, Smith then opined, everything we did in He-Man's absence and when we brought him back still tied in heavily with the lore. I'm a person who has enjoyed a franchise or two in his lifetime, and naturally, I enjoy it when they respect the things that have gone before, concluded the showrunner. We really went out of our way to honor what it was that people loved about Masters of the Universe. Everybody involved had skin in the game as to whether this would be a reinvention of the franchise or a spiritual continuation of the franchise. We were all in on the latter camp. Yeah, but I'm just going to say it. The 2002 series did it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, though Smith claims that the decision to shift the series' focus away from its main character was done out of respect to its history, lore, and fans, his actions decidedly speak otherwise, and his actions show a distinct pattern of storytelling by subversion.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in addition to Tila taking center stage, Revelations not only saw Prince Adams choosing to protect Eternia by pretending to be dead while he recovered from his last battle with Skeletor, treated by his red-headed love interest as purely selfish and emotionally abusive act, but also killed off Arco, per Smith's own words, for nothing more than shock value. Suffice to say, these don't seem like the acts of someone who genuinely cares about the franchise and its fans, but rather someone more focused on cheaply establishing themselves within the annals of a franchise history by subverting expectations than making an actual effort to endear themselves to history with a genuinely good piece of work.
See, that's the problem right there. When you have a death of a character, even Oracle, because people loved Oracle. People loved
He's
Oracle,
a quirky character.
He's a quirky character. But the death should be more, any death of our heroes, and even the villains, should be more than just shock value. There's got to be some major meaning behind it. Because we become attached to both sides in this. We are invested in that story. And if it's just a shock value death, and that's all it's for, then the character is wasted.
This is right. Go ahead.
It needs meaning. It needs meaning.
Yes, it always needs meaning, man. That's why it drove me crazy when I watched something like a Kamiga Kill. Is it? Where they killed off all these characters. They just, isn't that edgy? I'm like, why are we killing off these characters in such a dumb way? Why would they go into the situation knowing that they're going to die?
That's why I won't touch Game of Thrones, because I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
you make a good point here, Christina, because Star Trek has dealt with alternate timelines, parallel universes, and it is all canon.
Yes.
Right, and that's why I view STD and Strange New Worlds all in an alternate timeline. It doesn't fit with the...
It's not in the original timeline.
What they call Prime. Yeah, what they call the Prime timeline. I'm even tempted to even throw Enterprise into a bit of a parallel because it conflicts a little bit. But, yeah, it's all Star Trek. And time travel and all that. Yeah, exactly. And that's how I view all this.
Right.
We all know that the Jar Jar Abrams films are an alternate universe. It's a Kelvin universe, as they say.
Right.
And I see the stuff that they have for New Trek, most of it, in kind of a parallel of that universe. Because it doesn't fit into the Prime universe.
And Christine, you don't have to apologize. We're all Star Trek fans here, and we do deviate the Star Trek discussions quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, no, don't worry about it at all, because I'm a big time Trekkie, man. I am a.
Thanks for giving me motivation to go back to Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, I mean, we love all science fiction here, even though if some of us don't like a particular thing, someone else does. I mean, I'm not only am I Star Trek, I'm Babylon 5 fanatic.
I'm glad I finally got to watch that recently. Now I understand why my brother's best friend said that show is so good. It's really,
and your
really
favorite
good.
episode is Grace.
Oh no, it's not.
No. Spoiler for Saturday. Spoiler for Saturday. What a waste of Robert Englund.
Should I sing?
But like you said, Baron, even J. Michael Straczynski has said, if I could take that episode back, I would.
Yeah, he did.
Should I sing Cash's favorite song with the telepaths?
No,
no, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. No.
You want off the show, buddy?
That's right, exactly.
It's
he wants
okay.
to be
I'm not going to do it.
I'm
not going to do it.
I mean, what? Where is it? Where is it? Here you go, Paul. This is for you.
How about no?
Okay.
And get back to this article real quick because it's almost done.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
It says, however, in the interest of fairness, it should be noted that there is a genuine possibility that Smith truly believes his work on Revelations was done out of love and respect for the franchise.
Possibly.
After all, as evidenced by the fact that he praised the Flash's ghoulish CGI reviving of Christopher Reeve and George Reeves' respective versions of Superman, it didn't feel like an insult, he told Rolling Stone. That felt like an homage.
Can I point out something real quick with that picture of Christopher Reeves? Is it just me, or does his nose look too big?
No, his nose is like, it looks too big. It doesn't look.
Yeah, that
doesn't look
really
quite right.
natural.
They stretched his face this way.
Yeah, they did.
But Supergirl looks good.
Yeah, she does. She does. Wasn't it the woman who? Crap. Who was Supergirl?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I can't remember. But she did. All I know, she dated Michael J. Fox for a while. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. They. Okay, because she was in Secret of My Success, the same one, right?
I believe
Helen
so.
Slater.
Yeah.
Is it Helen
Slater?
Slater?
Helen Slater. Thank you. Thank you.
Cash gets a gold star. Yay!
Ding, 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 ding. Tell him what he won. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, the banter between
Pacific 414's Bachelor.
That movie, Secret of My Success, is so underrated. It really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he says that felt like homage. It's not out of the question that after years of mindlessly cheering on every poor production decision made by numerous film studios and comic book publishers, he actually thinks that simply doing something new with a character is the utmost sign of respect, logic, and lore. Be damned. Well,
I'm
maybe he does think that way. Well,
yeah.
Maybe.
I'm hoping that he learned a little bit of a lesson in season 2 is going to be a lot better. Unfortunately, we do have this this image of some of the pre-art for the new season?
No.
Oh gosh. Oh. And that's when everybody goes, that's it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Some of these are back, folks.
Oh boy. Folks, we do like to have fun here on Pop Talk. Yeah.
We're not anger and victory all the time. We love to have fun. We love our stuff so much we like to poke fun at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's usually easy to mock this stuff, so yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and we don't do it out of hate either. We do it because there's a standard that had been set by the past of these franchises that we're just simply holding them to.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then the newer fans are always like, there was never a standard. There was always this kind of stuff in the past. I'm like, sure.
Yeah, and the thing is that I have no problem with a character being killed off as long as it's done for a purpose.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I had no problem with the concept of Han Solo being killed in at all in the new trilogy. Harrison Ford made it known he wanted him.
He wanted to die. He made it very clear that he wanted Han Solo to die. Probably would have had him die a different way, but
yeah, a lot different way. I mean, how he died was completely all wrong. I mean, confronting his son, I can see that, but the hero never falls
right
down a shaft like that. Never.
Yeah. Not to mention, again, another example, how Cedric Diggory died in Goblet of Fire. He wasn't supposed to be there, but his death was supposed to serve as the symbolic element that basically playtime's over for Harry Potter. Now it's actually serious life and death stuff here.
Right. We love those changes. Something that really. Before we go though, all I know is Cash is all excited for this.
What?
That is. Wait, hold on. I gotta make my little avatar thing here match. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh!
Remember this?
Yeah, we.
Wait.
That's a nightmare.
I'll put it on screen.
Thank you, Crit.
Somebody got into the nut house and then started drawing in themselves and started thinking that they're some kind of god or whatever.
Yeah, this is coming out, so I know you're all excited for this, Crit. So I mean, not Crit, but Cash. You had to say Crit, didn't you? You threw me off, buddy.
Sure. That's
you bugger. How dare you? How dare you?
Oh man!
It's Cash Baron. What do you expect?
Well, it's funny because, of course, he played the Scarecrow in the in the Dark Knight trilogy. So
So we had this article from Exputer. Cash actually found this one, and it says Capcom's anti-modding software is a step backwards for the gaming industry. The company's war against.
Oh, sorry.
I've never heard of them either. Cash always finds sites that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it does.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's all on that N4G, and then they put all these articles together, and that's where I find this stuff. So.
These are the places that he has his little wars in the comments section.
No, I don't. But the funny thing about this, having wars in that comments section, well, you'll just get downvoted, because especially if you say something good about Xbox, because there's a lot of crazy Sony fanboys on there.
Really?
Yeah. Easy Master Race.
Yeah. I mean, especially when we got the new Snow White coming out here soon.
Oh my goodness!
There's a scene. There's a picture of the scene.
Yeah. That one girl laying on the floor to the right looks cut in half.
She was like, that evil, that witch, she's a bitch. And then she's like, I'm gonna think about this for a while I'm smoking a doobie.
Yeah.
And then other people wanted to do some harder drugs, I guess. The more mature version of Snow White. So
right. For a modern audience.
For modern audience.
It says the company's war against mods has made them public enemy number one. This is by Amama. I probably mispronounced that, and I do apologize. Furka, and it was posted on their site 5 days ago. It says it's a 6-minute read. We'll see about that.
Yeah, right, on this show.
Capcom's recently released updates have locked many of their popular games from being modded. They consider mods to be the same thing as cheating, leading to clashes with the modding community. Yes. Their stance reflects broader industry concerns about the impact of user-generated content. In the realm of gaming, mods have long been a cherished aspect. They've allowed players to enhance, customize, and breathe new life into their favorite titles, from changing the way your character looks to adding new content and even changing the game as a whole. Mods can pretty much do it all. Mm-hmm. However, the recent action taken by Capcom, the renowned Japanese game developer, has ignited a fierce debate within the gaming community. Not only did they release new updates locking their games from being modded, but they also basically told their player base to cry about it when asked to remove the patch. Capcom has added Enigma Protector, an anti-tamper, anti-debugger DRM to some of their games like Resident Evil Revelations. This prevents cheat engine and modding, among other things. Impacted games reportedly run worse. Capcom stands on mods. Capcom's contentious relationship with mods became apparent back in October. The company released a dev-focused video asserting that mods, with the exception of officially supported ones, are no different than cheating. The statement sparked a critical dialogue within the gaming community. Yet there have always been cheat codes.
Yeah, it sounds like Capcom's been talking to Cash Money lately.
No,
because he likes to call my Skyrim mods cheats.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if people are playing mods. I'm just saying that you probably, if you're gonna use the mods, especially on stream, you probably don't want to skip anything, even if you've seen it 100 times, because people, I have to say, they still enjoy those scenes. So.
I know, and I will take that into consideration if I bring Skyrim back to streaming at all, which I'm having a hard time with.
Oh, I like watching that redheaded vampire's butt move when you're going.
I know you did. Trust me, I've tried to deliver.
What is it, Mass Effect? That you gotta get back to that game. That was so fascinating. I loved watching you play.
Yeah, you were doing well playing Mass Effect.
Great in that game.
Yeah, you just like I said, dude. Like you kept asking people like stuff. We wanted you to experience the game more. For you to figure these things out more, because you're going to just have even more fun, because we did. Me and Crit and other people have played this game.
Well, I had fun watching it. It was just so great watching you do that, man.
When everyone's telling you what to do and stuff, it's like, but there's just so much you can still learn. So when you're running around, walking around the areas and stuff, like figuring these things out for yourself is the best, Paul. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do intend to, but that one's going to be a while, because currently Mass Effect is not, or the mods that Crit recommended are not on the computer, so I'll have to set all that back up again. I had to make room for some new stuff like God of War 2018.
That's a fun game.
And Shadow of War.
Shadow of War is a fun game too.
I never played. I don't.
Yeah, it's a Lord of the Rings kind of thing.
Okay. It is not accurate to Tolkien. I will tell you that right now.
Well,
no.
You have to kind of go, if you're going to do a game like that, you kind of have to go off of, because Tolkien is a hard thing to RPG, because it's a closed story. There's not much you can do to advance any story in there, because it's open and shut case. It's a beautiful world, but you're going to have to do something different with it.
When I say though, Baron, it's not accurate to Tolkien, I'm talking about Sheila being able to transform into a beautiful woman.
Yeah, well, perfect way to trap somebody.
I mean, that's true.
It'd be trap me.
It says here in the article, this sweeping categorization raises eyebrows among gamers. Many have long embraced mods as a mean to enhance, personalize, or even revive the longevity of their favorite titles. While the video didn't provide specific examples, it vaguely mentioned mods that are offensive to public order and morals. Or morals. This might be them hinting at incidents. You don't have to tell me that, Baron. This might be them hinting at incidents like that one Street Fighter tournament that accidentally featured a new Chun-Li mod.
That probably started the whole chain reaction. That person was an idiot for doing that, but
so what game was that? What was the mod?
Still, dude, does everybody deserve to be punished because of one idiot? No.
Well, you know what happens when somebody does something, they ruin it for everyone else.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. He shouldn't have done that during a tournament. That was really stupid of him.
Yeah, no, you don't do. Yeah, I mean, mods are not in that tournament. Keep those out.
Yeah.
No, not that.
The initial salvo set the stage for Capcom's subsequent actions against the modding community. But from Capcom's standpoint, the concern primarily revolves around the impact of mods on the gaming experience. The presentation suggests that the internal workings of mods, even those intended for harmless aesthetic alterations, are tantamount to cheating. They acknowledge that many mods contribute positively to the overall gameplay. However, the emphasis on their potential detriment to the gaming community remains a central theme. The duality of mods. The controversy surrounding Capcom's stance underscores the duality inherent in the concept of modding. On one hand, mods are celebrated as a testament to the vibrant creativity within the gaming community. Players, often with a deep affection for a particular title, invest time and energy into crafting mods that breathe new life into games. From graphical enhancements to total conversions, mods have the potential to transform a gaming experience. It helps keep games relevant long after their initial release. I mean, look at Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls V. That game's been kept alive simply because of mods. Paul knows this. He's run mods. We know a few other people who have run mods because they play the game.
Yeah.
GTA 5. Several mods for that, including the doing the police, which is the big one.
These mods aren't cheating. They fix all kinds of things. The graphics, the character designs, all things, they make them better. I had lightsabers in Monster Hunter World that, like, when you use them, you hear Dooku's voice. Christopher Lee.
Or other game, or literally anything actually made by Valve. Valve even encourages them with the Valve Workshop. Like go into a game like Left 4 Dead 2, click on the workshop, and you can see all sorts of different things, from like custom skins for the characters to entire maps that you can play across.
Same thing with Fallout. They encourage modding for that.
Exactly.
I mean, you got that big one coming out here soon, Fallout London.
Interesting.
Where you're in England.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I mean, heck, I could think of a Mega Man versus Street Fighter mod of a Mega Man game, adding Street Fighter characters to it.
Not to mention, one of the best open source games of all time literally has the word mod in it, in Gary's mod.
Yeah. Which Crit was so kind enough to get me. So I have to figure that thing out here. how to do that. Because it looks trippy, man. It looks trippy. But the thing is, with mods, let's face it, they keep some of these games alive. When you have, 5, 6, 7, almost 10-year-old games, and they're kept alive because people keep on doing mods to have new new experiences in these games, people have a tendency to go buy that game that might not have done it originally, so they can just go, okay, let's have this full experience.
And of course, it says Capcom's reservations reflect a broader industry concern. Some devs actively encourage and embrace modding communities. Looking at you, Bethesda. Others, like Capcom, worry about the potential challenges these user-generated alterations may pose. The clash between artistic expression and the desire for control over the gaming environment is a tension that extends beyond Capcom's statement. Reputation and development cost. Capcom's cautionary approach to mods aligns with a set of business considerations that extend beyond creative concerns. Mods, particularly offensive ones, can easily cause reputational damage. In the era of social media, such mods end up impacting the game's image and potentially deterring potential players or encouraging potential players. It works both ways.
Once again, like even these people who are like, oh, there's a new game that come out, there's females and I want to have nude mods. And then people go, I'm offended. These people are sitting in their basement doing this. No, they just want to make nude mods for whatever reason.
Well,
who is it hurting? Who is it hurting?
Right, as long as it's not used for tournament gameplay. And I thought there are rules about that. No mods. You get a mod in there, you're out of the game. No matter what, it's going to be the core base one. Yes. But what about the mod they had for Stars? What is that?
Which one?
The one that Starfield. Thank you. I keep on wanting to say Starscape and all wrong. But they had a mod out there to make the butt look better on some of the female characters. Okay,
was it the female or was that Mass Effect?
Yeah,
the thing.
No.
With Miranda. Okay. Yeah.
No. That one main lady that you go cruising around with. I can't remember what her name. That blonde hair one.
I don't know.
But they did like the fact that
I don't know.
Yeah, the Starfield. Yeah, and they did a mod to make her butt look a little more shapely. We should say. I mean, if that wasn't obscene, it wasn't obscene. Yeah. It wasn't making. But it's like we're tired of looking at a flat butt on a woman. We want to have a little bit more of a juicier thing to look at if she's running around with me. I mean, hey, what harm is that doing? And if you do have a naked mod and it's for your own personal use, whether it's a woman that wants to have a naked man in there, a guy wants to have a naked woman, or both, who is it harming if it's through your private game? But more importantly, think of all the expanded storylines. More importantly, that you actually get more of out of there.
Right.
Adding new weapons to a game, adding new costumes to a game,
making the graphics even better than they are.
Right.
All that cool stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Which they were doing for Starfield. It's like, okay, we got this one in here, and we're going to make it look a little bit better with the lighting and such like that. We want to have a little bit more of that natural look than what they have. It's not harming anything. It's not hurting anything.
Right.
No one is getting hurt. It's your own personal game that you're playing with it. So there shouldn't be a problem with mods. And if someone does come out with something that's quote unquote obscene, it's like, hey, we didn't make it, someone else did. How is it harming you?
Yeah, exactly.
You make it known any mods they're putting in here, and they already do, is not necessarily approved by the game maker. Enough said.
And real quick, I do want to say thank you to Kenny Mario1 over on Rumble for following the channel. Thank you very much.
Hey, awesome. Welcome to the Madhouse.
That's right.
Hello.
But Baron, I gotta say, like with Starfield, I just want them to add ground vehicles. We need ground vehicles on the planet, and then I think I'll start playing that game again.
I'm kind of in the same boat, and I'm surprised someone didn't mod something like that yet.
Yeah, well, they said they're having problems with modding this game too. So I've read articles about that as well, and I'm like, and look, I know the Sony fans just want to rip on this, but I also have to give them credit because Todd Howard came out and said this is going to be one of the best space sims ever, and so on. You've got to live up to those words if you're going to say those things, Baron.
Right, and the thing is, he's partly right. This is a big, impressive universe, but. Yeah, we need to have a little more, a little more added to it. Like I said, I look at what we have right now as the core rule books. You better come out with some great modules. Now. and listen to what people are asking. And of course, ground vehicle is the big thing. Listen to the people who are playing this game. If you don't listen, guess what? They're going to try to mod it. You're not giving them what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So
and like I've said over and over again, I've said it so much, I can say it verbatim. I like the space combat in Starfield. The ground combat to me still needs work.
The space combat has potential.
It's clunky controls when you're controlling your character on the ground, and even trying to shoot at enemies, it's still clunky.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of pluses to that game, but okay, let's see what you can do with it now, and don't take too long.
Right.
That's all I got to say with that one. This game still has potential, but now are you going to take that potential, or are you just going to say, okay, we're going to keep it just like this? You can expand that universe you have. People get through the game, it's like, okay, we're through the game. Okay, well, make a new adventure.
Exactly.
A new path.
It's
a
just
new
not
way to go.
It's not fun. Look, the reason it was actually fun walking around in Fallout and stuff is because you see more scenery. But I just didn't really find it fun walking around on these planets in Starfield like I did walking around in Fallout.
Yes, you like destruction. That's why. You like seeing things in the rubble.
Not everything was in rubble, though.
I know.
Was it all destroyed, man?
It was all destroyed. You like destruction, man. You're a destroyer. You're Cash the Destroyer.
Cash the Destroyer, yeah. But I just think that they
you got Cash the Destroyer, then you got me. I like to ramble it.
It's just it's just like some other games coming out. Like I just that some of the designs and some of this other stuff. Like I don't want to go way off track with it, but like that, I should be excited about that Star Wars Outlaws, and I'm just not really. And they showed the ship, Baron, and I've been learning more about ships because of people like you and designs and stuff, and I'm like, why does it have to be a box?
Right.
Why does the design have to be a box ship thing? Why?
No.
We had cooler looking designs in Star Wars: The Old Republic. I don't understand this.
Right. I mean, there's a certain aesthetic you have to look for. And if you did have a boxy ship, it was something like a bulk cruiser, which, who cares? It's a background ship. It's something, that you're not necessarily going to be tooling around the galaxy because you want a cool ship. You want something that's like the Falcon, or you want something that's like the the Ghost. You want something like that. And you got to keep things to the aesthetic to each one of the universes. In Star Trek, you want something that's like the Enterprise. Or if you want to go the other side, you want something that's kind of like either the D7 or even some of the ships that showed up in DS9 and the Next Generation. That's what you look at. You want something like that. You don't necessarily want that exactly design.
No.
You want a little individuality, but you want something that fits that aesthetic. If I want a Starfleet ship, I want it to have at least the aesthetic of Starfleet. If I have a Klingon, I want a Klingon aesthetic. If I have a Romulan, I want the Romulan aesthetic.
Right.
Or even a blend between Romulan and Klingon because of the little agreement they had for a while. Yeah, and that's the big thing is, know your universe. That's all I ask.
And for this one, I'm not going to read the rest of the article. It does say that Capcom has delayed Resident Evil Revelations update because of the added DRM and how, it's not the first time that this has happened. They mentioned the Game Genie that was released back in the 90s. I actually had one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I had forgotten that was a big controversy. It's crazy.
Nintendo was none too happy. None too happy about the Game Genie. But they were none too happy about video stores renting out Nintendo games to begin with.
No, I'm not surprised. It's all right. But they're also hurting innovation in a way because they won't put these games on PC, for example. People are like, "Oh, I'm going to make a fan project." No, we're going to cancel you. Here comes the lawyers. What are you doing, Nintendo? Or
it even mentions legal repercussions because of the mods. It's like, You know, people are going to do what they want to the games. They don't care if there's DRM software or not. They're going to find other ways around it. I'm not encouraging people to mod their games. I'm just saying the fact of the matter is people have always found a way to get around loopholes, blockades.
Yes, they have. And it's just the reason this happens is people want to keep innovating. And when they do these things, then people start getting mad for good reason. And then they go, okay, well, then something else is going to happen. It's not a threat. It's just something that's going to happen is that there's going to be more sailing the high seas and other. This is what happens.
Oh.
Yep.
You know, I think there's a certain smart ass in the chat that needs to have a little education here. Here's a little Star Trek a lesson for you here, Mr. TGAP. Thinks you're so smart. In the fastest role-playing game of Star Trek that came out in the 80s, according to the game that you had, the Klingons that we saw in the TV show were called human fusion Klingons. And they're meant to be able to infiltrate a little bit better into the universe than the Imperial Klingons, which were the ones that have the ridges. They also did the same thing with Romulans. You had a Romulan Klingon hybrid also. So there. Nah.
I'm pretty sure we saw a Romulan Klingon hybrid in TNG.
In that somebody needs to go sit in the corner.
Yeah. So,
and Birthright. Part 1 and 2.
So, I mean, when it comes right down to it, I know my Star Trek. Come on, don't mess around. When I said I was a big Trekkie, I wasn't bullshitting.
That's awesome.
just pulling your leg there. Give me some guff there, Mr. T-Gap.
But, yeah.
Oh, now he comes back. Okay, you just tested me, weren't you? You were testing me. I know it. That was a test. He goes, "Oh, are you really a Star Trek fan? Let's test the Baron with that." Did I pass?
Yeah, that was in Birthright.
Yeah.
Parts 1 and 2.
Did I pass the test or T-Gap, by the way? I just want to make sure. I mean, I expect a silver star for this, or at least a silver star.
Gold star.
Yeah.
Don't settle for a silver star with that information. Go for the gold. Be a Ferengi. You gotta go for the gold, human.
Go for human. Yes.
First of all, I'm humble.
You got to bring home the latinum.
First of all, I am humble.
Latinum,
human.
I'm humble, and I also know that T-Gap is stingy, so I'm going to try to get what I can get.
well, T-Gap is one of the greatest Ferengi on Ferenginar.
He is. Even better than Paul.
Oh,
hey, I'm not.
That would be the Grand Nagus.
That'd be. Paul's the Grand Nagus?
I am not.
No, he is not the Grand Nagus. Paul doesn't have the lobes to be the Grand Nagus. None of us here on the panel have the lobes to be the Grand Nagus.
Well, I can't tell. He's wearing headphones, so. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the lobes.
No, he doesn't.
Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that Ferengi talk.
Yeah, I don't want to be a Ferengi. I want to be a Vulcan.
Why would you want to be a Vulcan, human? They're boring. You could earn some profit. Heck, Quark's cousin Gala, he owns his own moon. I've always loved doing the Ferengi voice.
You do it well.
Human.
You do a better Klingon.
Thank you, human. Don't mention the Klingon. So the last time I tried to make a cello to a Klingon, he gave me a black eye.
It sounds also kind of like Dr. Evil too, so it's like a Ferengi kind of Dr. Evil thing going on.
Are we talking about?
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
I'm holding the Federation hostage, and in order to set it free, I need 1 million bars of latinum.
Latinum.
1 billion bars of gold pressed latinum, not slips, not strips. Bars.
How about a hug?
Give it to me, humans.
How about a hug, Scott? How about a hug?
Are you? Come on! Look at that. I think Mike makes a great Klingon.
Oh, not bad.
I do make a great Klingon. I'm a better Klingon than Cash.
Yes, sure. I don't know. I thought I made a pretty cool Klingon, though. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Are you absolutely sure about that, Mike? Are you absolutely sure? I don't know. I have a little X for
You're
doubt
forcing me to do what I don't like to do. Yeah, that's great. Open up Discord.
There, look at that.
I don't know. That's an awesome.
Oh wow,
Klingon, man.
Yeah.
I know. I make a great Klingon, man.
You and Mike
think
going together.
You think you make a great Klingon. You are the son of a warrior.
maybe.
Boy,
you are the son of a warrior compared to me.
There's that arrogance.
You worthless Patak.
Patak. Oh wow. Okay.
But
yes, I just insulted you. Your mother's a Romulan and your father is a Ferengi.
All right.
But your mother was a hamster and your father smells of elderberries.
Woohoo.
You know, but as it comes around,
Look at this handsome Klingon devil.
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
I like that a lot.
That is a warrior right there. A proud warrior.
He's an ambassador.
I am still a proud warrior. The House of Kavak will always rise.
Oh, that's good too. I like that.
But honestly, when it comes around, you know, there's no more perfect He-Man, because we were talking about He-Man earlier, than me. Look at me.
Oh, that is good.
Whoa,
that is
good.
Whoa,
I'm Baron.
All the
you've been juicing, huh?
You've been juicing a lot, Baron.
Well, yeah, Jesse came by and he gave me some of his stats that he thought usually don't work because he can't. So I got the old wrestling serums that I've been using.
All the PEDs, man. All the PEDs.
You got it.
Wow.
We have way too much fun on this show.
I love it.
That's what I love about it. We have fun. We don't like other shows where we're boring. And you know what? I was going to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and show it. You know, there are other times where I'm a part-time archaeologist as well.
That is uncanny right there.
Indiana Pacific and the Quest for Life.
Pacific Jones. We named the dog Pacific.
I like the dog.
I got a lot of fond memories about that dog.
As long as it doesn't involve peanut butter. Right, Cash? Chief Engineer Cash?
No, dude. Dogs and peanut butter. That's not
Admiral. Admiral. These people.
I know. I make
that is not.
I make a
Admiral. These people are here.
What were they thinking with those uniforms? For real.
They're not terrible. I don't know.
Not
They're
terrible.
They're
I like the Admiral ones.
I
like the Admiral uniforms.
I think they should have just gone straight to what they were using with Wrath of Khan. That was a far better uniform.
See, I thought that uniform was pretty good. I mean, I look good in it too. Look at that. It was Gene Roddenberry wanting to make things look more utilitarian, not so military, whatever. But then it got bland. It really got bland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that uniform either. I mean, it's old school, but I don't hate it. I just don't.
I don't hate it either, but it is probably last place in my opinion as far as if I was to rank all the uniforms.
I mean the
typical service uniforms, but I mean the one that kind of had like a dress thing or whatever in the Next Generation. Not one.
You talking about the scan? Oh, you like the scan? You want to show your legs up?
No, I don't.
I know what my next project is.
No, but really, I think it just looks weird for the
No, that's a uniform
for Starfleet.
That is a uniform right there.
I like that uniform a lot. Yeah.
Based off of World War I Germany uniform. We're having too much fun here, folks. What's wrong with us?
There's nothing wrong with having fun during the stream.
But yeah, I know we are a little old. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh,
that looks good.
I like that.
If James Kirk was played by Tom Selleck.
No, if he was played by me.
Would Tom Selleck
with Shatner's rug on my head.
Would Tom Selleck work in Star Trek? Yeah, he might. I don't know. He might.
Depends on what the role is.
He might. I don't know. Did Tom Selleck, has he ever really done any sci-fi? I don't think so.
Yeah. Runaway.
Oh, I didn't
Runaway.
see that. Okay. Is it good?
Oh, it's a good movie. Yeah.
Okay,
Percy Alley's in it, and Gene Simmons is the bad guy.
Ooh. Nice. Gene Simmons.
Yeah. I think that was one of his first major roles in a movie, and he played the bad guy. He did a great job.
Interesting.
See, I would say
that looks close right there.
Mike Riker.
Yeah. Miker. We'll call him Miker.
Miker.
Now, Mike, let's hear your best. Anybody.
Anybody.
Oh gosh. So what? Okay, obviously without the beard, Riker looked different. He looked obviously younger, but I don't know. I don't hate it like Phil does. I think he probably looks better with the beard. But
remember, Phil like Jace, he hates everything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say, I do think it was an improvement when he wore a beard, and that was by accident actually, because he grew his beard out during the off season, when they were having the break, and he came on the set, do the pre stuff, and they go, "Yeah, keep that beard; it looks good on you." They said that's you have a magnificent chin like Cash Monet, but you know what? Grow a beard, keep that beard.
Yeah.
Apparently, they said it looked more nautical.
Yeah, it actually does.
So, this really comes as no surprise. James Gunn confirms J.J. Abrams' Superman movie is still happening.
Yeah.
This was posted on the 22nd. It's by Lee Freitag. And it says the head of principal photography on Superman Legacy, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn, has confirmed that J.J. Abrams' black-led Superman movie has not been scrapped and is still in development at the studio. Mm-hmm. Responding to a fan on the social media platform Threads, Gunn revealed that Abrams' Superman movie, which was announced back in February 2021, is being developed as a DC Elseworlds project. Abrams' Superman movie was one of several Superman projects in development under the old DC leadership, alongside a Henry Cavill-led Man of Steel 2, which we unfortunately are not getting.
Mm-hmm.
When Gunn and Peter Safran took over as heads of DC Studios in late 2022, Man of Steel 2 was officially scrapped to focus all attention on Superman Legacy. Bad move. That's just my opinion. Because Henry Cavill is a great actor and he deserves a proper sequel instead of being thrown into movies like let's say Batman v Superman.
I just didn't. Jace liked that movie so much, and so did I. Just that first hour put me to sleep, man.
I did sleep through that movie.
That movie, the Batman and the Superman fight was cool, but I don't really remember anything else much.
Well, my problem is they were taking in basically the fight that happened in The Dark Knight Returns, and there was a purpose between that fight that he had with Superman.
Yes,
there was no real purpose
for
it in this film. Mm-hmm. I mean, Superman and Batman were friends. They were allies. They had two different ways. There's no reason for Batman and Superman to be going out and killing each other like that. And that's my big problem with that. It's like, I understand Dark Knight Returns is a great story.
Well, it's like Thor: The Dark World. I found that movie boring.
I didn't hate that film. I just can't say it's better than the first one, and I still like Ragnarok better than Dark World, but I haven't seen the fourth Thor movie, and I guess the fifth one is going to be coming out at some point.
I mean, Love and Blunder.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Yeah,
I have no opinion on it.
Wacky
Jonathan
Taco
left
or
in
whatever.
the theater, he didn't like it.
It didn't do well. Didn't have a lot of people happy about it.
No, nothing's been doing well lately for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
But I told somebody there's got to be something this year that's profitable under Disney. Something. We'll see though. Be crazy if they went basically a whole year without something being profitable, but we'll see.
It's hard.
Stranger things have happened.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
how much money can a company even
to answer your question, Baron? We will go to Rumble after we read this article. You know, I try to at least get the three main articles.
I know. I'm just curious because we got over because we're having far too much fun.
Well, and the problem with having too much fun is what?
We're having fun.
We forget about other things.
No, I hate fun.
Besides, Baron,
did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it
3 hours later?
It says, until now, fans were unsure if the project was still happening given the lack of updates since Gunn and Safran's appointment. At this time, Abrams is attached to the project only as a producer with no plans to direct the feature. Tash, I can barely say this name to save my life. Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing the screenplay, which has been reported to revolve around a black version of Big Blue Boy Scout. It says DC Studios doesn't mind having multiple versions of one hero on the big screen. While some fans have wondered if having multiple versions of the same character on the big screen at once will confuse casual audiences, DC Studios... Yeah, because there are going to be people that aren't going to be familiar with the Black Superman.
Right, because they didn't read the comics. If it's the same one from the comics, I don't know.
Or even aside from that, take the Batman thing. They're doing Battinson again and Batman the Brave and the Bold. Okay, so someone's going to go in that having not read the comics and they'll be like, okay, what happened in... Do I need to know what happened in the last Batman movie to understand this one? And then they'll get there and be like, wait a minute, Robert Pattinson's not doing this. What's going on here?
Well, plus the writer is just so racist too that they got. What's it gonna turn into? I mean,
yeah,
I mean that too. I mean, I know I said the word, but it's apt. He's got such a chip on his shoulder. It's like, oh, what is this gonna be? It's like. It's not that you have any black Superman. It's who writing it.
Yeah, who's writing it? If we get a Batman Beyond movie, like finally a live action one, are they going to follow the cartoon? I hope so, but I doubt. Who knows?
Doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, and it says while fans have wondered if having multiple versions of the same character on the big screen at once will confuse casual audiences. It most likely will. Again, like we said, DC Studios seemingly doesn't think it will be a problem. In addition to Superman Legacy and Abrams Superman movie, DC will release 2 different takes on Batman in theaters within a few years of each other. First up will be the Batman Part 2, starring Robert Pattinson, in October 2025, followed by The Brave and the Bold, featuring a yet-to-be-cast actor in the title role. Let's see. It goes on to say the latter will be set in the DCU, coexisting with Superman Legacy and other Chapter 1 projects that will be released in the mid to late 2020s, while not featuring The Dark Knight, the DC Elseworlds movie Joker Folie à Deux, starring Joaquin Phoenix as an alternate version of Batman's Big Bad, is also set to be released this October. Written and directed by Gunn, Superman Legacy hits theaters on July 11th, 2025. Abrams Superman movie does not yet have a release date.
I get a problem there.
Look, the thing is, James Gunn,
I think they're putting too much on their plate.
Yeah, James Gunn hasn't really proven anything at DC yet, and he praised the Flash, and he hates Batman '89. That's and people with other people say, "Oh, is that a problem?" Like, yeah, it is a problem when you're running. When you're one of the big head honchos, at DC. Yeah, it's a big problem.
Well, not only that, doing those hints that they're going to have Ezra Miller stay on as the Flash, right? All the people you got rid of, you're keeping him,
right? And if they tried to do another Flash movie, it would probably bomb again. And I don't know if they will, but maybe the Flash would be in some. It's just, I just once again they can't heal until they start fixing things. Even though Grant Gustin, I think, is probably a little bit older than Ezra Miller. Yeah, I think so. I would have still gotten him as the Flash. I don't care that he was on the CW. He just was a better choice. I think he's a better person.
It wouldn't be the first time a television actor made the transition to the big screen.
Right.
Nowadays, there's really no distinction between television actors and movie actors jumping from the small screen to the big screen. Look at Mila Kunis.
Yep, that's true.
Well, look at the DC. With the Marvels, where they're going back and forth between movie and the movies and the streaming services and all that. Yeah, I mean, you can do it.
I'm pretty sure even Harrison Ford started first on television before he did any movies. I think he did. I'm not 100% sure on that though.
I can't. I know he's like background in some movies, but other than that, I don't know.
I can't say 100% whether he was or whether he wasn't.
Hamill was.
Okay.
I mean, there's a picture of him and Richard Hatch in the streets of San Francisco. So he had Apollo and Luke Skywalker together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty good. And it's pretty good too. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will conclude our time on YouTube at least, but we will still continue on the Rumble end. I am going ahead and posting the link to the Rumble channel into the chat here. And before we go, Paul, is there anything you'd like to promote coming up on Fandomology?
Well, I still need to get with, of course, Baron and Phil to discuss when we're going to do our continuation of our discussion on Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, definitely.
But aside from that, for now, just more gaming stuff. I played Mario Kart Wii and Mario Galaxy today. I'm going to be doing some more stuff with TDK. And it's time. It's time to go back to Batman Arkham. And so I think tomorrow, specifically tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern PM, I'm going to be starting over Batman Arkham Origins. And yes, it's going to be on hard mode. I mean, honestly, I did the first 2 games on hard mode. I got to do the last 2 games on hard mode. So that's how it's going to be.
Very nice, Paul.
And those are great games. What I played so far.
Yeah, Origins is very good, especially the detective stuff from what I remember.
Origins gets a bad rap, unfortunately, because it's not actually made by Rocksteady. It was made by WB Montreal. But that's like my favorite of the Arkham games.
It's a very good game.
So yep, subscribe to Fandomology if you guys want to see that.
Got it.
We do. And I am.
Thank you.
I'm already subscribed. And I will be coming over after I finish my stream, but I'll talk about that when it's time.
Okay.
Oh, please do.
And Cash, what do you have coming up on the Phantom Hooligans?
The Hooligans. The Hooligans. No.
Hooligans.
The Hooligans.
Hooligans.
It sounds better as Bulligans.
No, it does not.
Hooligans.
Anyways, no, Bulligans.
All right, we're gonna have a vote. All in favor of Bulligans?
I'm not gonna vote.
Aye.
This is some biased nonsense. But anyways,
All who oppose?
Yeah, biased nonsense. But anyways, on the Phantom.
The ayes have it.
I don't believe this poll or this
Hooligans.
voting. Yeah, on the Phantom Hooligans, I'm at 85% now of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and I should be finishing it this week, unless they're going to throw a curveball at me. And then on Friday, we're going to be playing Space Marine 40K. So me, Baron, and Mike, and anybody else who has it in our group is welcome to join. I don't know if they do. So yeah, I'll have a cool thumbnail made for that soon, and then there should be some Dishonored going on this week as well. Just got to make sure to schedule it. Yeah,
do the dry run. You, me, and Mike.
Yeah, we will. We should. I agree.
We really should.
No, I really agree with that. We should. Yeah. I was very happy how the Among Us stream went last week. I killed many people in the game. I was proud of myself as the imposter.
I actually did a kill as the imposter
a few times. Yeah, that's true. Paul was as well. That stream ended up being a lot of fun. I love blaming everybody else but myself when I'm the imposter. I usually just blame Baron, but then
I love getting my revenge.
Whoopa started catching on. He says, "You're always saying it's Baron." I said, "It's always Baron, man. It's always Baron." But
yeah.
You were talking too much, so you gave yourself away.
That one stream I did, and I'm like, "No, it's Prismatics. No, it's somebody else." So yeah, I'll have to pick a few other people next time. But that ended up being a lot of fun. Next time we'll rotate maps. And we won't. I don't know when the next Among Us stream will be, but it'll be sooner than later. So, and then we've got the other games coming up the next few weeks from Myth Force, Vermintide 2, and Darkstide. So,
Myth Force.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And as far as Orman Tagge.
Well, first of all, I want to say I am all ready for doing 40K. I really am. So I can't wait. I can't wait. So I hope.
Yeah, that's Baron saying, "Where are those other two bums?"
Right, exactly. But I mean, if I'm
or even better, that's you looking at me going, "Oh shit, there he goes. He's gonna Rambo it."
Yep. Well, you have to kind of do that with Space Marine, but I think it's more appropriate on Saturday. And unfortunately, last weekend I was not feeling well, so we didn't do it last Saturday. I intend to stay in good health to be able to do it this Saturday at 7:00 Central Standard Time on, of course, Phantom Legacy. We're going to talk about Babylon 5 Season 3, the last 4 episodes, and leading into the 4th season. So I hope you're going to be there. I have, of course, 2 of the gentlemen that are on this panel will be there. That'll be PACIFIC414. And, of course, at Cashmoney of the Booligans. Good old Lord Crit from Everast Production. And
Everast. I see what you're doing.
And the cranky Phil McCracken from Philip McCracken, release him. We'll be there. And
where's my Sword Art Online, Cash?
Where is it? It'll be this.
Where is it?
We got to. We have to finish the season, and then we need to watch the movies. So yeah, if you guys like a lot of trauma, Sword Art Online has a lot of it.
I can imagine.
I come here for the drama.
Also, hello to the one true king of Pop Talk, Phil.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No. The king of bots.
You know what, Paul?
You know what?
What, Paul? You know.
I hate to say this, buddy. You earned it.
You know what? You know what? If this was your audition, you just failed. You just failed miserably. You fell flat on your face, mister.
Yep. Again, no regrets, of course, man. Well, you will have
no regrets.
No regrets.
You know what? This is what I think about that statement.
My coronation.
Coronation, Starscream. This is bad comedy.
Megatron, is that you?
Here's a hint. Will anyone else attempt to fill his shoes?
Yeah, and also
I was not expecting that one.
And also, Paul.
Extinction to all traitors!
Keep piling it on.
All right. All right. Because you know what, Paul?
Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
How many of you believe that having a hobby is a healthy and perfect way to express your individuality? Show of hands? Now. Well, you're wrong.
Wow. Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
It stinks.
Very interesting, but stupid.
And this is what we want to know about Paul.
I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
And about Phil being the king and legend of Pop Talk?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Broke
Excuse
him
me.
again.
The last thing I want to be remembered as is an annoying blabbermouth. You know, nothing grinds my gears worse than some chowderhead who doesn't know when to keep his big trap shut.
Yeah, see, that's Phil on the right. Yeah, that's Phil on the right for sure.
I call bullshit.
Yeah. And if Phil thinks that he can be the king of Pop Talk, this is what's going to happen.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
We are having far too much fun today. I'm sorry. We are.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with us having fun.
No, not at all. Unless you're against fun, like Cash is.
He usually is.
Yeah.
I'm always against fun, yes.
Yeah.
and also, this is another one.
He said, "Today is a good day to die."
Nice.
You kill me.
You're killing me, Smalls. But as far as what's coming up on the YouTube channel, I will be playing more Crisis Core tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, you've heard that I'll be with Baron and Cash Friday on the Phantom Hooligans. I don't care if he calls it hooligans. I'm calling it Hooligans.
Hooligans.
At 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. West Coast Time, and 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, I will be with Baron Orman Tagge at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, and that would be 5 o'clock p.m. on the Pacific Coast for Babylon 5. And then, of course, Sunday on Pop Talk. And yes, we're still going through with this. I haven't scheduled it yet, but we are still going through with this. I'm not backing out. None of us are backing out. On this, we're gonna have fun, like we are today. Sunday, we're gonna have fun because we're gonna sing karaoke on Sunday on Pop Talk.
Ooh. If I'm able to, I'd like to be here for that one.
Well, I think it's an open panel.
It is.
Yeah. That's what happened to Paul after. That's what happened to Paul after he did some weird drugs, for sure.
But no, that was me after watching Caddyshack 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun stream on Sunday. We're going to be singing karaoke. Just make sure you have the link to the karaoke song that you want to sing from YouTube in the private chat. This way I can share it and you can sing whatever song you pick.
Yep. We'll make sure also the screen is big enough so people can see the words.
No, I'm gonna make sure it's
because you don't know. Mike is Starscream, or Megatron, so he might be playing some games with us.
We don't need another hero. No. Yeah, you want to know something? I've been thinking of some Frank Sinatra songs I want to sing, but I've been saying there's going to be Transformers content on Pop Talk. Not on this edition, but I was thinking maybe I'll sing The Touch. You've got the touch. You've got the power. Yeah.
Ow. My ears. Ouch.
You can't handle
that. So I can adjust my headphones. I think you blew my eardrums out, man.
You can't handle the power of Michaelmas Prime, Baron.
Definitely not TGAP. Definitely not. But yeah. I can't.
But yeah, we're gonna have fun.
But the parody songs of that are pretty funny.
He's gonna do Poker Face.
No, I don't like that song. I like some.
He's
other
gonna do it as Hartman
songs, but I don't like that one.
No, he's gonna be saying it's all about that bass.
It's all yeah. Man, that song is so old now. It seems.
It is. It's shocking.
Man.
No. He's gonna find his favorite Taylor Swift songs.
Oh, there we go.
I can't think of one song I like from that woman. So.
But folks, come with us over to Rumble. Come on. You know when you want to do it. Come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on. Follow us to Rumble.
Come on.
Do it. Come on. You know you want to do it. Come on. Come to Rumble. Come on. Come over. What are you waiting for?